Hi, I'm Chris. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Fracture. I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Fracture is an experiment for us, our first long-running campaign. 5 new adventurers are flung into a strange new world, lost in the plains, and I can't wait to share all of the strange new things they discover with you. This is our first long-running campaign, so if you're looking for recaps of what's already happened, there should be a link in chat now to our YouTube channel, where there will be a full recap playlist. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here is playing fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. They all have their own unique characters with character sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do. They mostly roll 20-sided dice to see how well they do things, with 20s being good and 1s being hilariously bad. But otherwise, we are improvising, telling stories with each other, and we hope you'll join us for the ride. When they play all their characters, I play the rest of the world, so I'll be playing every single person they encounter, all of the strange things that we've built into this strange new world that Fracture has to offer. Before we get too deeply stuck in, please meet all of our players, and let's have a word from our sponsors as well.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm playing Astariel. He goes by Astor or Astel and uses any pronoun. Astel is a bit of a chaotic wizard. He's not very good at studying. He doesn't like it. He likes a lion. And we're going to see how well he copes with the events of Fracture.
Hi, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does, Wisdom Din. What about me? I'm 5 foot. Some people call me the tiny tiefling because of that. I like studying medicine. My mum's a medic. So I wasn't always a tiefling. There is a family curse on my head and a voice in the sword that I have with me at all times. But I'm going to go to school to learn how to get rid of that, so everything's going to be fine. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ed. I will be playing Vuk Kronogorak, who is a Loxodon cleric of nature, uses he, him pronouns, is the first of his tribe to come to Stony Wing Hall to attempt to become the mightiest cleric that the world has ever seen. He is a mighty arrangement with a mighty mace and a skin of slate, worships Sylvanus and with violet eyes.
Hi, I'm Lola, pronouns they, them, and I am playing Atlas, wise young Thembo of the woods, the Greenwood Grove to be exact.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Cleo, who also uses she, her pronouns. Cleo is an Earth Genasi monk. She's rather shy and not particularly good at talking to people, and she's just left home for the first time, equipped with a giant warhammer and the blessing of her adoring family, obviously, to go off and see if she can have a few adventures.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. You could be playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be roughly a 5 to 10 minute break somewhere towards the middle. We run shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Britain, and 2 a.m. Tuesday mornings in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays, we run TTRPG streams. These can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or even 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule. On Tuesdays, we have our ongoing campaign, Fracture. And on Fridays, we have our talk show, Talk Together, and Talking is a Free Action, which lasts for 1 hour.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge that it might happen. We have a company policy in place for correction, but please feel free to let us know if you think one has been missed. We play safe games at safe tables. !safety in chat will show you what we do, the TTRPG safety toolkit, as well as content warnings if you're looking to avoid certain topics. Grand. Right, here we go. everyone. Welcome to Fracture, episode 12. We did it! 12 episodes, and none of them still alive. It's an internal thing we were running. That we thought that Tom might die for episode 12, but it didn't happen. Well done, everyone.
Thank goodness.
Well done, Tom.
The episode's not over yet.
Yes, and we are starting.
Yeah, you're starting in combat. We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah.
Just make sure everyone is good. Right. So we're about to start combat, and it's all super tense. One of the Terra flying space pirates, definitely not based on Metroid characters, have chased you down onto a small flying island where your ship, the Oryctes, landed to try and find some extra fuel called Sitica, which looks like crystals, blue glowing crystals. There was a puzzle. There was a light puzzle that you solved to get it, and it was great. Yes. And there were some cool monsters too. And at which point, you returning to the ship with the crystal have found the ship attacked. It's seemingly by only one of these space pirates, the really nasty pterodactyly one, who appears to have. Now, I want to be clear on this because I think it's only fair to all of you, is to have knocked unconscious, potentially, maybe done more damage, you're not sure, 2 of your crewmates, while the third, the captain, is currently being held limply over the edge of the side of the island to be thrown to their doom.
You said they were thrown. You finished last week on they have just been dropped. They are gone. They are.
I was going to do it now, but okay. In which case, they have been dropped. But if you allow a slight rewind, so I can do that moment again, like in a Saturday morning cartoon, because there's also a line to go with it and stuff like that. You know,
There's no false hope. We have no chance of saving.
Where everyone's like, this is what I would have said if I could do it again. Now you get that. Now you get that chance.
I love Saturday morning cartoons, especially when they wholeheartedly went, "This just happened," but here it is again, where everyone's got lines. Like, oh, okay, I see.
Really? All right.
Cool. So you are there, and this large pterodactyly person is holding Captain Antares and then quite violently chucks them, and the body limply flails and falls. It's not even a scream as they go flying over the edge, and you just see them tumble away.
Cleo!
Well, that was Rebecca. Cleo is maybe not quite that horrible.
As I said, we hate rude people. We're like, well, you weren't nice to us.
Bye-bye.
Cleo is the only one who doesn't think it was remotely rude or uncalled for to say that we're expendable. Cleo's like, yes, correct. You're speaking my language.
Enjoy the world below.
God. Okay. The large pterodactyl figure will turn to all of you with a wicked grin. They're looking to see if you're fucked up by this. They clearly have a certain amount of, like, I did this to hurt you. What would they see any reaction like that from you? What they're looking for is fear and surprise. Fear and surprise, they'll come in again. Yep, some fear and surprise there. Good. Right. Yep. Horror's good. They like that too.
I think so.
Yeah, I think that's all then.
Cool. Then they look very pleased, and they are going to screech and fly forward towards you to roll initiative.
Hey, at least they don't get a surprise round because
Straight in.
Heard them.
Yes, it is just a direct starting of combat. To be clear on the location and the setup, you will start 30 feet away from each other because that just makes life easier for everybody.
We're all 30 feet away from each other.
No, you lot in one group and then the creature in another.
That makes more sense.
There's one creature flying towards you, like flying at ground level, wings outstretched, like feet scraping along the ground. Still very pterodactyly and awful looking. I will say, for a quick visual reference, they do look slightly different. Where you hit them and did damage to them, the damage is still there. They're clearly not healed. They're clearly just they're dead, basically, but you also note that they appear to have, like, there's a fiery sheen to their claws and teeth now. Like, something definitely happened to them that seems to have empowered them further. As they fly towards you, wings outstretched as well, you would be about, I'm going to say, 60 feet away from the ship, and thus the unconscious, conscious, dead, you're not sure, bodies of Prif and Haps that are next to the side of the ship. So we're all clear. What were the initiative rolls? Shout them out.
24.
24!
I got 2 19s.
Very good. 12.
18.
18, 8. Great, good.
I've reverted to type. 6.
6. There we go. Splendid. Lovely stuff, everybody. Thank you. Cool. Well then, Well then. Take a wild surprise. Who goes first? Go on, take a wild guess. Anyone? Yep. Leo.
This is slightly mattering, but we didn't fight the pterodactyl person that long ago, and I got hit by them quite a lot. Can I remember what type of damage they did? I'm trying to work out if it's worth spending a bonus action to do Blade Ward.
When they were slashing at you, they breathed out what looked like some kind of weakening breath on Etelus, the halved strength-based things. They also... Did they do anything else? They didn't do anything else, no.
They did. They raked out at Rebecca and... well, not Rebecca.
Well, they slashed. It was just claws.
So it was slashing damage that I got.
Yes.
In that case, I will, first things first, as I'm running in to clonk them on the head with a hammer, I will Blade Ward myself.
As a bonus action.
As my bonus action, because I'm a special one.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. Because you're a special Earth Genasi, not because you're a special
because that's it, because I'm a special Earth Genasi. Because I'm already at under half health. This is fine. Why am I running in? Cleo's running in because she feels so guilty because she was meant to have killed him last time. I would like...
Which means you have one hammer attack. Go for your life.
Yes, I am going to hope I roll and not like Mila.
Oh, for goodness.
What is this? Why am I cursed by you forever? Fine.
I rolled quite badly for me last game, apart from
very true.
Nat 20s.
You obviously hit with a Nat 20.
We're low on resource. We need as many Nat 20s as we can get.
Yeah, that is true.
I did no damage last time. So.
So that will be 2d10 plus...
How would you like to forestall this creature's forward assault? It's just flying forward, mouth and... Like, it's got that sort of lovely, like, arms outstretched, mouth gaping, like it's going to slash and claw. You know?
I think Cleo is, shock, horror, sadness, and guilt because she was fighting the pterodactyl and killed him, and now he's back and has killed the captain, and she quite liked the captain. And so is just going to sprint with no thought, and so kind of come digging her heels into the dirt, screeching to just get her body in the way of Nasty Person and her friends, so is just going to kind of, not quite Thor swinging the hammer as she goes to build up momentum.
Sure, I understand.
But just complete mad headlong rush in.
Which breaks through their defenses as they suddenly get pushed back by this incredibly violent hammer hit. Go on.
Lovely. Okay, so 2d10. 10 and 1 is a 5, so 15, 20 points of damage, please.
20, solid hit, great start. Yes, you absolutely forestall this attack. As, I think there's sort of a certain amount of, there's a swing of the hammer, but also the impetus that he's given himself by flying straight forward. All of that cracks him with the hammer and sets him back on his heels, now standing directly in front of you. If anything, he seems to have grown a bit taller and towers over you slightly more than he already did.
Dislike.
Yeah. That is a solid hit. That's your bonus action, and you've done everything. Cool. As you do this, the figure will look down at you and go,
"Every time I die, I return stronger. You cannot kill me."
And we'll use a legendary action to claw you.
We'll have to burn you next time.
If you say that, there'll be a... the claw will start across, and the claw now leaves flaming trails as it goes. Yeah.
Cool. This is unpleasant.
Glossenbach is like, yeah, cool, but...
I might be about to just be unconscious. I have these kind of vibes.
18 to hit.
My AC is 19!
How do you block the claw swipe? It's a legendary action, so...
in a panic. No, I think... I think it is impressively, unconsciously slick. She will just dink the handle of her hammer up and just very calmly... She is not calm, but the action is calm. Just duck it with her handle.
Absolutely. Grand. Then in which case, Uslam, 'tis your turn.
Having had Cleo go, "Oh, I'm so damaged," and then watch her run past, like, "Oh, God. Oh." Okay, nice to see you again. Say it with me, everyone. Fuck you! Springs out of my hand, wraps around.
You already had Hex cast from the encounter in the temple, and it's not been an hour. So I will allow that you can use this to transfer the Hex, not recast it.
Yeah. I had to look at the rules where it's like subsequent, and I was like, I just carry it around in my hand. Just like
if you upcast it, you can normally recast it over long extended periods of time. Yeah, it's really good for that sort of thing. Anyway,
24 hours at highest. Hex. Okay, so I will hex. I think I'm going to give them disadvantage on strength.
Ability checks, yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
So we're gonna throw it, Steve.
It's harder for them to grapple now. Yeah, very, very wise.
Yeah.
Very wise.
And then I'll blast the Eldritch. And
you'll blast, as they say, the Eldritch.
As they say in the trade, warlocking. 25 to hit.
Oh, interesting.
25, very nice.
Yeah.
Ranged attack doesn't work. Cool. Yes, you take the hit. The blaster and it impacts them in the shoulder. Yes.
Cool. So that is.
Well, depending on how much damage, it might impact them somewhere else.
11 of Eldritch, and because of Hex, I get the D6 of Necrotic, which might not work. 6 Necrotic.
It does absolutely work. Solid hit. Nice. Where do you want it to impact? Because that's going to do quite a bit of damage to it.
In the wing.
Oh, one of its wings. Lovely. Its wings are currently splayed out in very much a show of force. Mm-hmm. And as it impacts, there is sort of one of the wings sort of retracts a bit and pulls back in pain.
It is that thing with being myself, where I'm just like, It's like when you have a bad knee and you kick someone else in the knee. And you're like,
you know how this is going to be.
I know what this is going to feel like.
Yeah.
Right. At the end of your turn as a legendary... do you move?
Sure. I'll take 20 feet into the air.
20 feet, you say?
To shreds, you say?
To shreds.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, fuck. Get ready to catch me when this hits me. I just
totally ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
At the end of Uslam's turn, it will use its last 2 legendary actions, so doubling up, to breathe a cone of fire over, let's see, Cleo's right in front. You've gone up by 20 feet, but it's a 30-foot cone, so I think it would hit everybody.
Again, such rudeness.
Such rudeness.
Dex saves, please, everybody.
It's so unexpected as well.
Oh,
you need to turn that off.
I'm sorry.
13.
13 just passes.
Ooh.
Oh,
10.
Does not pass.
I'll roll.
17 passes.
10 as well.
Does not pass.
I think.
Oh, no.
That one. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
That was for con, so I guess the Hex.
I'm sorry?
I'm going to get hit.
Yes.
And so I was rolling concentration on Hex, and that... I don't know how much damage we're going to take. Look, I'm being a negative Nancy.
Did you roll lower than a 10?
Well, I would have, but I don't know how much damage I've taken. So.
Lower than
to say, Tom, you've kind of preempted me here, so give me a sec.
No.
Lower than a 10 is an auto fail on a con save for a spell.
Yeah.
All right, let's start at the top. Everyone who rolled below a 13 takes 22 points of fire damage.
I have resistance.
I am not.
That's like my full health. I mean, I'm not taking it, but
right.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Anyone who takes half damage takes 11.
Cleo is down to 3 hit points.
I'm not far behind. And I'm
I'm going to absorb elements again to reduce mine to 5.
That's fine. Yes, of course.
Asta, last one standing. Please save us all.
Oh, good lord. That's not a good idea.
Is anyone down by this? I don't think so.
Yes, I am.
But I need you.
I know.
You can get us back up again.
I know.
Wait, hang on. Did Etlus give everyone a good berry? You're on mute, Lola.
Yes, I saved some good berries, and I did give you all good berries. It was whether you were going to eat them or not, if you wanted some extra.
Oh no, I definitely would have wanted to eat it, because if that gives me one more hit point, then we're good.
Oh, you're still up? Yes. That was exactly your hit points?
Yes.
All right, I will allow. Fine, I think it's more epic if you're all still standing, just because it's also now the creature's turn.
I don't want to rub it in, but all I lost was my temp HP from heroism.
Oh, come on!
Again, me being preemptive, I am a warcaster. I got a 16. Hex is still up.
Hex is still up, despite you having how many hit points?
3.
Oh my god.
I don't know that I would have kept. I don't know that I would have.
Well, good brave's not concentration, and you did cast Hunter's Mark, which works similarly to Hex. So if you wanted to maintain concentration...
I rolled an 18.
You're fine, yeah, you've got it. Good. Right, it is now. It's the creature's turn. Cool, folks. He's going to smile at all of you and say...
Through the fire and flames, I will always return.
And is going to try and slash Cleo to shreds.
What an arsehole.
Yeah, that came across.
Yeah.
Not a nice person.
Not coming to any of our birthdays.
I don't know, Cleo might still.
I invited the killer dragon creature.
Never had a birthday party.
Yeah.
All right, Cleo, the first slash towards you is an 11 to hit.
That misses.
Brand, the second is a 13.
That misses.
And the third is an 18.
Misses.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm so scary. Woof, woof, woof.
I'm going to roll the d6 to see if I recharge the fire breath now. Thank you, Em. Good. Right. Asta, it is your turn.
Right. How far away are Priff and Haps?
60 feet, we said.
60 feet?
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise, look, I wanted to put them far enough away so that breath weapons wouldn't cause collateral damage and just randomly murder off your friends. Okay?
I think this is a Misty Step situation.
They're also friends.
Actually,
if I go to them, I then can't get to the pterodactyl.
Let's say that the 30 is equidistant. So the if there's 30 pterodactyl, 30 behind ship and your compatriots.
Say that again.
If you run 30 feet forward, you're at the pterodactyl person. 30 feet behind them is the ship and your friends. So it's 60 feet total, but if you wanted to, in the meantime, be near the pterodactyl at some point, you could be using Run and Misty Step.
Everything I want to do is a bonus action, so that's not helpful. The question is, try and kill him or try and get one of them up?
That is a very interesting point.
Yeah. They were quite good at fighting, weren't they?
Haps is not good at fighting. Remind everyone of this again. Haps is not a combat character. Is a healer, but is not a combat character.
If they're unconscious, would they auto-fail a con save?
Ooh. Yes.
Grand. I'm going to vortex warp Priff to me.
Nice.
That's amazing.
You're going to use vortex warp to pull...
Yeah.
I'm just going to check the rules of vortex warp here. Not that I don't want you to do it. I just have never seen the spell used in that way, and I'm fucking intrigued.
Magically twist space around another creature you can see within range, which is 90 feet. They must succeed in a con save, or they're teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice you can see within range.
That's awesome.
Is Priff a creature?
Yeah, Priff is a creature. Yeah, Priff's a creature. Yeah. Cool. I have no bones with any of that.
Amazing.
Priff is now at your feet.
This also means they must still be alive, because if they weren't, there'd be an object and that would be different.
Yeah, Priff is already dead, I think.
Priff is already dead.
I think I knew that.
Yeah.
Right.
In that case,
however,
sorry to be horrible, but in that case, doesn't a dead body become an object rather than a creature?
No.
They're undead.
Steve.
I wish to make... This is a complicated question because of the rules of this world, but a dead body is still a creature because dead things don't die here.
Gotcha.
Unless the soul goes from it, and I'm going to put it out there. Priff's not going to give this life up very quickly for various reasons that we haven't got into yet in story terms.
Right.
Priff is not breathing and appears to be unconscious, but you don't know if that's because they're dead or because they're dead with a capital D, or you just don't know.
Can I give a good breeze a free action?
No.
Right, because I've used my action now. However, Priff is here, and other people here have good breeze, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you teleported a dead body to your feet.
Yeah.
And that's the end of your turn?
No. Then I still have bonus action movement left, which means I can get to the pterodactyl, ideally slightly further away, and turn on my glowing as a bonus action.
But you want to be in a position where it doesn't hit Cleo?
Preferably yes, or Slum.
Well, Slum's in the air. That's fine.
If I can be sort of 9 feet away from the pterodactyl, so there's just like a sliver of the aura.
Flanking!
All right. The game works in 5-foot increments, and I think it is fair to say with angles that you could reach a point where you are off to one side enough that you are just catching the pterodactyl but not catching Cleo. I'd allow that. I think that otherwise it gets so janky we're falling into the realms of impossibility. So, when does the radiant damage kick in?
At the end of my turn.
At the end of your turn?
Yes, which means he now takes 2 points of damage. I know it's not a lot, but it's everything I can do.
Yeah. It's something.
The reason why I'm standing up is because of less points than that. Let's do it.
That means you're now standing within how many feet of
10
pterodactyl?
feet.
10. Cool. Would you also like to have angled yourself in such a way that if there was another cone of, say, fire, you would be out of said cone? I think that's fair too, because you moved.
Just to make it more difficult. So they can
That's
either
fine.
point it towards me or they can point it towards
everyone
Other people, yeah.
Cool. Right.
I should probably be like, maybe someone should heal Prif.
She teleported Griff's body in front of
ran
you,
away.
and then you ran away.
That is what happened.
Class action. Good. Right. At the end of your turn, I've got all my legendary actions back. I will use them. Another attack on you, Cleo. I'm gonna fucking break down your fucking armor class.
Whoa.
Yeah, I am. 21.
Oh no!
That hits.
How bad is Cleo looking?
I have 3 hit points. I do
Yeah,
have Blade Ward up, but I feel that's not going to do much good with 3 hit points.
I will silvery barbs.
Okay.
We're gonna run out of spells really soon, folks.
That's 8 to hit.
Emma, you're the best.
I think this time it's the maw. So the mouth will come snapping down and will get over Cleo's guard, and suddenly will get blinked away by your brief glowing aura of light, and the snap will just snap closed right in front of Cleo's face, but no impact.
Thanks, Master.
I'll give advantage to Uslam.
Thank you.
Cool.
I have one more spell.
Oh.
Ethelus, it's your turn.
Quickly. Okay. Well, I managed to maintain concentration on my hunter's mark, so I'm going to put it back on this person.
Absolutely.
And if Prif is now at my feet, I am going to feed Prif a good berry somehow. How do I?
Now,
like make
rules.
speak.
There is the visual. Rules as writ. Giving someone else a potion or something similar is an action.
Yeah.
So that means you're taking up your action to do this. Is that something you want to do? There are people around you who might want to heal on their turn. It's up to you.
Well, I have to bring someone up on this turn, and it's gonna be either Ed.
Oh, Ed's fine.
So Vuk.
Vuk's
fine.
fine.
Vuk is up.
Vuk has 1 hit point. Vuk's still alive because of the good berry from last session. That I allowed Ed to have retroactively eaten.
Hey, I gave everyone good berries, and it was in the intention of adding a little bit to their health.
I'm not going to judge.
I've not seen that mug before. That's one of the cutest things I've ever seen.
Thank you, darling. Use your action.
The only other thing I could do is, I don't think I can charm this person.
You could shoot them.
I could, but Prif, I feel like Prif is now in a bad place to be down.
Yeah, word.
Yeah, so I'm going to use my action and kind of. Can I? If it's a 30-foot cone, if I move 15 feet, I'd still be in it, wouldn't I?
Not if you move back.
Okay.
If you want to grab Prif under the arms and drag them back 15 feet at the same time, feeding them, masticating their jaw to feed them a good berry, that's fine by me.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it would basically be like, okay, do that, drag them back, point at this arsehole and be like, I'm coming for you next. Then that's my hunter's mark being transferred.
Fine, no problem. No issue with any of that. As you feed Briff the Goodberry, he will shake his head, look up at you, and sorry, I don't know. It came out of nowhere.
Fine. It's fine. Just don't die again.
I'll try my best. Although, not gonna lie, I'm very badly. Yeah. You think they might be
exhausted?
No, you think they might be trying to cover the fact that they're not alive. There's a certain amount of, I'm in so much pain.
Yeah, Atlas doesn't have that. Like, they're very charming, but they're not, like...
vicious.
So they're going to be like, it's okay. Like, we just didn't want you to be dead again. Dead. But it's fine. We just need to get rid of this one and make it dead.
Okay.
I mean, the others are like 15 feet and distracted, so other people may not know on that level of, like, you could, like...
Oh my God!
Preserve your
Lola.
dignity in some way. I don't know.
It's not preserving. There's not even a sense of dignity. It's more of a sense of shame. Anyway, good. Right. Shame.
Even the trees are like, bad move.
When in doubt, shame. Good. Right. That is your turn, Etalus. Splendid work.
Yeah.
Vuk. No, at the end of Etalus' turn as a legendary action. Now I've got 2 left, and I didn't re-roll the fire breath. That was just a scare wall. Okay. Am I going to try and attack Cleo again? I think I am. I am. I get 3
If I can soak them all up for the rest of the party, it's worth it.
I mean, I've not got the highest to hit in the world, so I'm hoping. Here's hoping.
But you don't.
Don't use your last spell slot to silver.
I can't. I used it last. Yeah. I've got no reactions.
Yeah. Perfect.
24 to hit.
I missed it actually.
Oh well. Now I'm going to split this up because your blade will. Because your blade would halves the bludgeoning, slashing, whatever.
It does. So if you'd like to only roll 5 max points.
Oh, there's slashing and there's fire damage. So it's just a question of
how unconscious I am.
Not necessarily, depending on the rolls. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
See, and I'm not shitting on this. That's a 1 on the damage dice. So that's 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay, so 2.
2.
I have 1 hit point left. If there's any fire damage, I'm down.
There is 1 d6 of fire damage as well. It's another 5.
Okay.
Roll it just for the fun.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, because this character's fucking vicious. I'm just going to describe this. The cutting Cleo down is not like, and you're down. It's a slash to the side of the face and neck that will lift Cleo off her feet and 5 feet to the side. Like, it is brutal. There's gory slashes all across the side of Cleo's face, singed and burning slightly. It's a brutal hit.
But I'm so pretty.
Don't worry, with healing magic, you will be again very shortly.
Suddenly realise that I'm now next in line of fire and realise I've made a terrible error.
Unfortunately, because of the way this game works, I cannot move as a bonus action. I can only attack. A bonus action, sorry, I can only legendary action. I can only attack as legendary action. I gave that as a specific limitation for exactly this purpose. Cool, so Cleo's down and he will just look at all of you and go,
Death is not the end for me. There is always more life.
Shut up!
I made a list of them. I'm seeing how many metal song references I can get into them. Good, right. Vuk, your turn.
Okay. I understand this may appear selfish, but I'm afraid Vuk is going to heal himself.
Cleo is down.
Well, okay.
No, but we also need the healer, so...
We need the healer. Or the only person who does damage in the party. It's up to you.
Wow.
I blasted the Eldritch once.
I don't think this dude is the kind who fucks around and is like, oh, well, that person's unconscious, I'll leave them alone. That's not the vibe I'm getting from this person.
And they do... Well, it was a legendary action, not the rest of their attacks.
I'm not going to power.
Right, well, that's why I'm going to cure wounds myself, I'm afraid. But, here's hoping.
Okay, so you cure wounds yourself.
for... Oh, that's not bad. 13.
Great,
points.
okay. Bonus action and movement?
Well, that's what I'm going to have to look at. So,
Can you spare the die? I know it's an action.
Where am I in relation to everybody again?
You are 30 feet away from the nasty motherfucker. Cleo is on the ground 5 feet away from that. Aster is 10 feet away from it, glowing slightly, but you can circumnavigate that. And Etelus has gone back 15 feet, and Ustam is 15 feet in the sky.
Yeah, so I think the only bonus action I have is Shillelagh, which is lovely, but not useful.
That's not true. It means if you try and hit him next time, you'll hit him harder.
Well, in which case I would cast Shillelagh, why not?
Yeah, why not? Perfect.
And then... the thing is also, because I can only move 20 feet, I think I would...
No, you move 30 now. You move 30 now. You move 30 now.
Oh, sorry, of course I do.
Yes.
Yeah.
You are moi.
With your warping noise each step.
Yes. In which case I will go... I will run forward and try and stand over and shield Cleo.
Amazing. Which also means you're putting yourself closest to it.
Yeah, I'm ready for that.
What you're probably going to do is get yourself knocked unconscious.
On top of you.
Before healing. Got it.
It'll be fine. There'll be good berries. It'll be grand.
I did say this earlier, and I'm going to make sure everyone's aware of this. Like, it was hard to hit Cleo's AC of 19, and Vuk's got an AC of 20, so not the craziest idea. Yeah. Cool. Righto. Right, it is now Prif's turn, who is now conscious. Brilliant. Prif is going to rise up, and stand next to you, Etelus, and is going to... Are they going to go straight? They've got 1 hit point. It's not wise.
How fast can you fly?
I can reach him.
Can you reach Hat? Because I've got another good berry.
Oh, I can do that next turn.
I mean, you probably can't hear us from here, but yeah.
How you do that, No, I'll make sure that your efforts are not in vain. And
what does that mean?
That sounds a bit martyrdom-y.
Doesn't it? He is going to reach out his winged hand to point at the pterodactyl person, and the skull in the center of his robe is going to glow slightly with a purplish light, and you can just hear him say something under his breath in common, because this is a language of common magic. Even you will not escape death.
Wow. Okay.
I'd forgotten that was his entire raison.
Yeah. Deathbringer. And there's no obvious physical, you lot don't go oh look, it's a blue purple glow, but Etelus, you can see that there's a brief, vague, purplish essence that shoots from them towards this creature, but none of you get any sense of anything else going on.
Wow.
I think they will then look at you and go, I will make sure Haps is protected, and will then lift off into the air, instantly flapping as they go very fast, and will fly straight up into... Yeah, go on.
Did they take the good berry?
Yeah, of course. Case? Yeah. They have got healing. They have got healing magic, but they will take the good berry just in case. Cool. Off they go. Lovely. Right, top of the round, Cleo.
No.
Death save time.
19.
Okay, you pass one death save.
Yep.
No problem.
Which will really help when he decides to hack my face off in a second. But
he can't. Vuk is literally there going,
standing on top of you.
Touch me, you fool. Good. Oh no, legendary actions. Sorry. I've still got one left. So there's one attack there and one attack there. And Vuk did get close enough.
Yeah.
Vuk, he will turn to you. Where's my list of edgelordy things to say? There it is.
In death I see flames, and flames burn my soul into life.
And will punch claw, so that like a fist comes out with they extend at the last minute to grab into you as they go.
Through the terror, Astel's going to be like, do you write these down?
No, I think of these on the spot. The DM writes them down.
25 to hit you.
Oh, you have one hit, but no, you don't. You healed yourself.
Yeah. No,
I panicked. I'm not on edge at all. Can you tell?
I'm just like, no, it's fine. It's great.
No, it's not okay at all. But I've got some kind of possibility.
11 on the claw, and another 3 points of fire damage. Bless you on top.
Oh, 11 damage, and then 3.
11. It's 11 damage plus 3 on top. 3 fire damage on top.
So 14 in total.
Yes.
I'm down by 1 again.
He will basically reach, and the claws will go like into where your neck is. That's not a mortal blow for you because you're already dead, but it does sort of claw into you and you collapse. I'm going to say next to Cleo because otherwise, you fail a death save from having a one-ton elephant land on you. I'm not doing that. Okay. Cool. Sorry, Aslam, it's now your turn.
Fix it, Aslam. Fix it.
Anything at all.
I land next to my fallen compatriots. In my hand, a single berry. I look to the left, I look to the right, I kneel down, I whisper to Cleo, "You really matter to me," and stick it in Buck's mouth. Off you go! Come on!
You've added a year onto Cleo's complex. I hope you know this between you.
So, hang on, did you just raise Cleo or Vuk?
Me. You raised the healer.
I want Cleo, even as Cleo's dying, to know that I like her very much. Vuk can heal. I will try and drag Cleo to safety. I don't know if I can.
Okay, you went 15 feet up.
Yeah.
Even if you angle it slightly, you'd be using most of your movement. What's your movement speed? 30, yeah?
30, yeah.
Yeah. Do you really want to land and start trying to move Cleo away from the opportunity attack range of Biggin?
Oh, fine. I will now stand over Cleo, because when I fall on Cleo, it probably won't hurt as much.
Don't do that. Oh, no.
Oh, amazing.
Look, he's going through a lot at the moment.
Absolutely.
A pile of us.
As are we all.
Yeah.
I mean, I want you from your enemy's perspective. This is what has happened. I kill one, the other one runs up. I kill two, the other one runs up and heals one of them. It's just are you supposed to be dominoes?
Fish in a barrel.
No. So I just think this is really savvy marketing for Roll Together, that we're pretending this is a long-running campaign, but actually it's a episode arc ending in a TPK. And this whole time we're going to survive. It's great.
Oh, that's right. I've got the bonus action as well. So as I look up, I'm like, we have a plan. It's not a good plan, but we have a plan. Also
we've all got another death. It's fine. Maybe.
Also, I will take your wings, you terrible being. Cursed. I use my bonus action to Hexblade Curse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Does that do anything to them?
It will when I start doing damage. But
When will that be, Tom?
I was going to say, that's a win.
Also, I will get health when this creature is dead. If I
that's going to happen.
Hey, I've got faith.
All right, Tom. It has no more legendary actions, but it's now its turn, and the first thing it's going to do is claw you in the face.
You can certainly try.
I have. That's a nat 20.
But it's been a pleasure serving with you all.
I can't do anything about that.
I look at Vuk and go, avenge us.
I'm going to roll the damage and make sure it isn't over-critted into instant death. It isn't. It's only 19.
Well, I'm down.
Yeah. Muslim is down. Cleo is down next to him, and I've still got 2 more attacks. Vuk, you have 1 hit point, yeah?
No, I'm down.
No, I know. The whole point, Ed, is I gave you a berry rather than my friend.
Sorry. Yes.
That does mean that Vuk is technically prone.
Get up.
Yeah.
Two hits with advantage. Come on.
Why did I try to be heroes?
You have an AC of 20, and Chris is rolling badly. Sometimes it's going to be fine. So fine.
I have rolled an 18 with advantage.
Oh.
Right.
So there's a scraping of claws across your ludicrous armor. Does not break through, but I have a third attack.
Right.
Still with advantage because you're still on the floor. Come on.
No, thank you.
Can I just remind you, Chris, that we're only level 3?
I'm aware of this. That's a 22 to hit.
No!
I am shook.
I think this time, again, I'm going for shock and awe here. This time, the claws will hook under your breastplate and pull it off. So your still mangled body underneath is presented and shredded by this claw.
Yep.
It's had its 3 attacks. There are 3 bodies on the floor. It does eat dead people.
Go on.
Good.
No, it's had its attacks. I can't do anything else. Question is, do I move to Astel or not? And I don't think it does. I think there's 3 dead bodies. It feels invulnerable. Why would it? It's going to have some lovely lunch. Although Astel did do a little bit of damage to it.
This was a lovely spa, now a spot of lunch.
I think, because he does have a decent intelligence score, I think he is going to sort of have those 3 dropped and is now going to zip over towards you, Astel, and is now flying directly towards you, ready to he'll probably do a kind of almost like a lariat feat first, try and land on top of you and try and crush you down. But he has no more actions. He's just flying towards you and is kind of frozen in space because turn-based initiative. That's the end of his turn. It is your turn. I'll remind you as legendary actions.
Just going to turn around to Atlas and go, this is not as cowardly as it looks.
I'm so far away from you. Unless you scream
This is not as cowardly as it looks. I'm so far away from you.
I'm going to Misty Step to Haps.
Okay, bonus action, you vanish. I will say, for visuals, again, this didn't happen in game terms, that the claws will land on the ground really heavily where you were, and you just avoided by misstepping away.
Nice.
That's perfect for that, though.
I'm going to use my action to get Haps up with my good berry.
No, that's perfect.
And then
That's
I'm gonna grab his shoulders and look. Their shoulders?
His shoulders. What's happening?
Look deep into his eyes. Haps, I know you hate combat healing, but like we need you right now. Like right now.
Oh no!
Just stay calm. Stay calm.
I normally get woken up when the combat's over. I'm good, right? Pull it together!
And then I'm gonna.
I haven't checked. I don't get the breath weapon back.
Jesus Christ, you don't need it. I'm going to move. I still got all my movement. I'm going to move, circle around 30 feet away from Haps so that it has to choose.
It didn't get its breath weapon back.
No, but if it's going to move, it has to choose me, Haps, or Etelis.
It's just had its turn. It now can no longer move. All its legendary actions are to attack.
Its turn is before my next turn.
That's true.
I'm circling round, thank you.
But it can't use legendary actions to attack because it cannot move within anyone's range now.
Yeah. There's literally nothing else I can do, folks. I have 1 first level spell left.
You got us a conscious healer. This is good.
Yeah.
Etelis.
So, I've already Hunter's marked it.
Yes.
I am gonna...
Save us.
I can't get to anyone.
You've got a bow.
I have 35 feet of movement. So I am going to shoot it and really hope that I hit it.
Lola?
Yeah?
Before Etelis shoots his bow at it...
I've already done it. Yeah, go on.
No, it's fine. I'm going to remind you briefly that...
Entangle?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
So how does that work? Because...
You want entangle
is
off
that
the
an
bow.
action or?
Yeah. It's like a bow shot, but it inflicts entangle on hit.
Okay, so that would have been a 23 to hit.
Yes,
So
absolutely hits.
Does that will that entangle go off?
I need to find the thing. Sorry.
Creature. So it's strength saving throw, but like
There is no
it's
saving throw.
hexed.
There is no saving throw. It just hits.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, in that case, it's restrained by entangling plants until it ends.
Has to use an
until the
action to
science.
break out. Yep.
Oh.
Can you describe
But
the
that is
visual
like
here?
my hunter's mark is gone now.
Yes,
Sorry?
it's concentration. Can you describe the visual as you do this? Because you are basically trapping it in vines and it has to use an action to break free now. And I'm not going to count as legendary actions as actions. They're a specific attack. So that is very useful.
It's very much like a scream of horror and rage as Eslis lifts their bow and shoots. And it's that same kind of visual as the Hunter's Mark, but it's changed. Like the previous mark that was on this creature kind of fades, and then there's a little bit of spikiness in these vines as they swell and go around this creature and spread out into the area and root themselves down into that space. And like a 20-foot square around them, which should be far enough from everyone else because Hat was 30 foot away in a different direction, and the others were 30 foot away from it that it flew away.
They're 10 foot away.
It's all right.
Okay, well then I'll do it.
Don't worry, because it's a square effect, but you're using it as an arrow shot. I will allow that you can target it more than that. So your friends are not entrapped in vines; just it is.
Okay. Did that cost me a spell slot?
No, it is just an action from the bow.
However,
very frequently.
I did hit it with it's a spell or a weapon attack.
It is technically a spell attack because it doesn't do damage.
Okay, but it was an attack roll.
Do you want to do some psychic damage?
I want to do dreadful strikes and make it my favorite foe because it's an asshole.
You know what? Let's just say now that that's how that works. I like it.
Okay, so when I hit a creature with an attack roll, you are my favorite enemy. I hate you. You will die. So,
therefore, fuck you, and also I hate you.
So that's 2d4 of damage that I can do.
Do it.
And that's a 4 on one, and I can't see that other dice. And a 4. Yeah, that's 8.
Ooh, max damage
There's
seems appropriate. Yeah,
a lot of anger and rage here.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, seems appropriate. Good. Yeah, it is suddenly wrapped in these vines and struggling and shouting. What was going to say?
Even death cannot hold me. You think these will?
There we go.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
That's the kid.
Good. Right. No,
I
sorry.
will run. Sorry, I do have my movement.
Yes, you do.
I will run closer to the others, but I won't be able to make it to them.
You move 15 feet back, so yes, you are moving towards your friends. That is fine.
So I am 10 foot away from them. I have 35 feet of movement, but yeah.
15 feet back, 30 feet away originally, run up to 10. You're right next to them.
Okay.
Cool. Right. Vuk, first death save, please.
Okay. Right.
It's kind of irrelevant in your case, so you're already dead.
No, that doesn't.
What is dead can never die.
Yeah, but there's a practical what's it called to this. Hang on.
As George R.R. Martin famously doesn't end books well.
Does he not?
Here's all my big ideas. Wrap them all up.
It's a successful death save, but it rolled over a 20 in that infuriating way.
Cool. One pass.
Okay.
I can't use legendary actions because I am restrained and I have to use an action on my turn to break free. That's fine. I cannot use legendary actions as breaking free on those, so that's fine. And also there's nothing within 5 feet of me, so I couldn't use it anyway. So we'll skip legendary actions. There's no need for them.
Thank goodness.
Cleo, second death save. You've had one success so far.
When does Haps go? When does Priff go? Because we're back at the top of the round now. Neither of them have gone.
Oh, they should have gone before this, but they're not going to save Cleo.
They might.
Let's hope.
No, then they're not. And I'll explain why when it gets to their turn. Don't worry.
You are not going to believe this.
Nat 20.
Up here,
Yes.
You don't need Haps. You don't need Greg.
You're up at that point. Yeah.
Can I take, that is my turn, though. I can't take a turn.
No, it's the start of
your turn.
Yeah. No
This
way.
is
Well, I'm going to be
outrageous.
straight back down again, but I don't care. I'm going to do some damage.
It is restrained. Advantage.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
It's
Cleo
hammer
will,
time.
talking as a free action, see Urslam and Vuk lying on the ground and go, whichever one of you healed me, thank you so much. And then...
It's fine. It means that the whole thing with Urslam choosing Vuk to heal didn't happen.
Yeah.
One was
I'm
that
the
one,
only
but
one
the
who
other one
knows.
is 18, so 25 to hit with my
Hits. Hits, absolutely.
I am so tense, can you tell?
Yeah.
That's a 10, so that's 15 points of damage on my first hit.
Still standing.
I've got 2... yeah, there's absolutely no point taking evasive action. If it hits me at all, I'm dead. So let's just do more damage. I'm going to use a key point, use Flurry.
I believe it's your last key point.
It is my last key point. But either way, I'm unconscious if we don't kill it.
It's got legendary actions and will hit you on its after your turn.
Yes.
Actually, no, it's restrained. It will still try.
Because I have Draconic Strike, I can change.
You don't have any movement left. If it was restrained, you could have moved away.
It can still take an opportunity.
Still it's opportunity attacks, just it's disadvantage on them. Sorry, Rebecca, go ahead.
No worries. I should roll to hit before rolling damage. That was cocky of me. Advantage again. One of them is a 24 to hit.
Yes.
And again, that's another 1 and 18, so another 25 to hit.
You hit with both your unarmed strikes as well.
Yep, so that is on one of the d4, that's a 3. On the other d4, that's another 3. 6, so 16 points of damage. And for the fun of it, it's doing fire. I'm going to use my Draconic Strike ability to imbue my unarmed strike with the essence of a dragon's breath and it's using fire, so cold damage, please.
Ooh, yeah, about to say, it's immune to fire damage, but please, because it has 13 hit points left. Please describe.
Before I did 16.
Please describe how you're going to take it down, because you are going to take it down.
Oh, thank God.
I mean, I don't think Cleo's, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Cleo's ever been unconscious before in her life.
I mean, you've presumably slept at some point.
The same thing.
I mean.
Yeah, I know.
But like in the last 11 games, I don't think she's been knocked out.
I don't think so.
So she is wobbly and dented and bleeding and deeply upset, and her friends are unconscious on the floor. So I think she's just going to be sobbing. I think she will use her hammer, and then it's really heavy and she's only got 1 hit point. She'll probably drop her hammer and just try and rip it with her hands for the 2 unarmed strikes.
Okay.
Wow. Rip it.
What you will do is swing your hammer forward, but you will overextend the swing and it will fall in front of you and you cannot hold onto it, but it will crack into the creature's chest, who is currently restrained, and will...
I dare you to try.
And as you reach in, your hands start pulling and pulling and pulling. You will, where you impacted the ribs beforehand and broke one, you will tear its chest cavity.
Does it have a heart?
There is a burning, molten core to itself of flame. I wouldn't touch it if I were you. And as it goes and goes,
I will see you soon.
As it collapses in on itself, the flames in its chest glow brightly. However, they are suddenly masked and wrapped with a strange purplish glow. And you briefly see an almost ghostly form of this creature going,
What? No. What have you done? No.
And the flames will start to fizzle and die as it just slumps to the floor, the restraining vines now holding it down.
Yes! Good job, Cleo!
Cleo is going to sit on the floor.
Okay, we're out of initiative, and hang on. Because of the timing on that, I will allow, because we skipped a bit, that Hapsund, instead of doing what they were going to do, are going to come over and start healing people as soon as they can. They can reach you in a turn. They both have the ability to heal with touch, so they will both heal one of you, so no more death saving throws. We are out of initiative, and everyone is fine, ? But yes.
Okay.
That was a close one.
Yes. That was
Briefly touch all of us, and Cleo and Vuck be like, are you fine? Are you fine?
That's the closest I've been to doing it again, and I don't want to do it again.
Your breastplate is sort of swinging horribly off. You'll have to fix it a little bit, but
yeah, give me a. Oh, that was okay. Has anyone got a screwdriver? I don't know.
Do we think it's coming back? Do we need to
We should burn the remains. We should do as much as we can to destroy it.
Griff from the side will go, there's no need. He's very much gone.
That's what they said about me, but no such luck.
Who said what?
No, I'm just being flippant, that's all.
Hey, good to see you. All right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chris,
Yep.
I have just realised that I was hit with fire breath and I've got this explosive crystal in my bag.
Oh,
Yeah.
At which point, Asta just explodes.
that would be a way to TPK. That would be amazing.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I rolled for it.
Okay.
Okay.
Glad you remembered.
Yeah.
I quietly and secretly rolled for it. Also, very much DM thumb on the scales, going, I don't want everyone to blow up and die. So,
as we say, first half us, and then we cut to a new party. Going, so you hear these guys exploding?
You hear these guys exploding.
Want to go and see if you can find any remains?
Do we need to go try and get the captain?
Well,
Haps has gone over to the edge and is looking over and just, I don't know where we'd begin.
Yeah, just gone down.
Which one of you is now captain?
What? Oh, that's no.
Is Corinna okay? Well, Corinna would be okay, right?
Who owns this ship now?
I don't know.
Who should I give this crystal to?
Let's take a moment. Corinna hid. Corinna's very good at hiding when she needs to. So.
Yes.
Look, I don't know who's in charge, and frankly, I don't really care. Let's just take a second. Astel, if you'd like to give the crystal to Corinna, that probably seems the wisest option right now.
Okay. Corinna, it's all over. Here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. The head pops out of the side of the ship. Oh, good. Oh, that's... Phew. Okay, I was really worried. Well done, everyone. That's awesome. No, and you're all alive. That's amazing. Where's Captain?
Not here anymore.
What?
They've we're not going to be seeing them again.
She got thrown over the edge.
She got thrown over the edge.
But...
We didn't get here in time.
We tried.
Okay.
We couldn't get here fast enough.
Okay, right, that's... Okay. So did you get the crystal?
Yes, we did.
You're going to have to put it in, and can you take it to the engine room? I can't.
Okay, that's fine.
We'll just like hold her hands up with a kind of, I'm a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go put it away because I don't want any more potential risk of blowing up.
That seems wise.
Try not to die at the engine room. In fact, I'll come with you.
Just good life advice in general.
Haps is still standing at the side looking over the edge, and Priff has just sat down rather heavily, much like Cleo has.
Yeah.
Also on one hit point, I will remind you.
Yes. From that point of view, Vuk is keen to use the 3 remaining spell slots he has to...
If you move towards Priff with a spell, Priff will go, save your spells. We don't know if there are more of them coming. We need to leave.
True, you look awful. I don't mean that.
He will give you a look and just with a sort of horrid half smile go, I'll live.
Fine. Does anyone else, I certainly do, but does anybody else need any...
I do, but I've gone off with Astel.
Oh, true.
I have got off scot-free.
What?
Wizard!
That's impressive. That is impressive.
It's just there.
This is fine. You're panicking like a good one, but didn't actually take any damage.
Oh, I got a little cut from the crystal.
All right, Astel, Etelis, you are heading to the engine room. You know where it is. You've seen the door, but you've not been inside because Corinna died in there. So
yeah,
there's no corpse in there. This happened a long time ago. Like,
We just need to watch out for like exploding pipes.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Do you want me to try and?
No, it's fine.
Because I can.
No, I look a lot. No offense, Etelis, but you look a bit sore.
Oh, I am. But, I can get out of the way quicker, I think. Oh, unless you do magic.
It's not.
There will be no magic. The magic is done for today.
It's not dangerous in here unless it's fine. It's okay.
Okay. Can you unlock the door?
Krenna will unlock. The door will unlock, and Krenna's ghost is inside. And there are more of these blue crystal, which you're starting to recognize, arms that are seem to be moving in a way that are accessible to a series of pipes and vents. It looks like a sort of largish furnace. The furnace door will swing open, and inside you can see there are about 4 or 5 of these crystals. If you just either I can do it, or if you can just place it.
I just carefully.
Yeah.
Put it inside.
The arms, and it's weird because Krenna's like a floating ghost, but also inside these metal arms, and they're all moving and doing things, and they're longer than hers. But the furnace door will be closed, and you'll see the pressure start to mount and move. There's a faint sort of high pitch as air pressure is being built up, but there is a faint thrum around you as the ship is powering up once more. Okay.
Just going to message someone outside.
Maybe don't do magic in here. It's a little bit.
I'll just back away and then message someone outside.
Okay.
I just point in the direction I know they're in.
Krenna will leave the arms, which flump down, and will just float up and out and away with a kind of like resigned, like is genuinely quite upset.
Yeah. We're good to go. So if you can come back, we can go somewhere else. The general direction of the group, don't really care which one of the 5 of them gets it.
3 of it. Oh, Haps. Thank you. Cool. Muslim, you hear this?
I told you they weren't going to leave us. Right, come on, let's go. The crystals in the...
Won't touch them. I reckon we were about 30 seconds away from the ship being gone anyway.
Yeah.
Just reassuring.
You get a ha ha ha. Yeah.
If Cleo's still sat on the floor, then I can walk over to you and sort of offer you an arm and help you up.
I will take it.
Yeah.
Cleo has not been this hurt before and is a little unsettled by it.
Yes. I can imagine.
Griff will see that look in your eyes, because it's only fair, and will say, don't worry, it gets easier.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for I'm assuming the purple he's dead now was you. That seemed to be your specialty.
Well, looks like he could die. Someone ought to tell him. Just walk you in.
Nice. That was good.
Giggles.
Haps will still be standing at the cliffside looking distraught unless anyone goes and gets him.
I'll go get Haps.
Haps is saying something under his breath that you don't hear.
Condolences. They seemed a good captain.
Yep. Now, I know Cole's gone, but I still like to think that they can hear me if I ask them to look after someone on their way, so... yeah, let's go.
No. Sort of hand on the shoulder, like... Yeah. I'm sure. You know. You're putting energy out into the universe, and the universe should hear.
It's nice, I like that. Did you come up with that?
I guess if I'm the first person to say it in this world, sure.
I was trying to think you put on a t-shirt or something.
I constantly think of things to put on t-shirts, but it never happens. But come on. Yeah.
You can walk them back on the ship, that's perfectly fine. And the Krenna will pilot the ship off of this island and away.
Shall I take first watch while you guys all rest? You look terrible.
That would be lovely. Thank you.
Sure.
Pref will look at Haps and back at you and go, you shouldn't watch on your own. I'm happy to watch with you for the first, and then...
Okay. If something shows up, I think you two should hide, because you're the only people who know where we're going now. Can leave the ship.
If something shows up, I fully intend to head it off and fly it far, far away.
No, that's the opposite of what I just said.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
As we're clear.
So if everyone else is resting, perhaps we'll also rest. Corinna does not need to rest. Corinna's a ghost. Vuk, you still need to rest, but not sleep. So you can...
I'll be alert, but I won't be doing anything.
If you pop down into the hold, there is lots and lots of scrap, so you'd be able to, I think with the mending spell and with a bit of effort, make sure your armor is back to being fighting fit. I'd allow that.
I think there's also there would be a sort of bit of contemplation just before it all goes back on of the state that the flesh is in underneath, which I'm assuming is not good.
No, if anything, a lot of the damage from the fall is now starting to bruise, so the colours, all kinds of interesting. But there's now a series of gashes on your chest that are also going to take forever to heal.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
yeah.
So it's the thing of sort of committing that to memory, as in like this is how I look now.
Yeah.
And then attaching the thing back on and going, but this is all I have to do to present a strong face to the world. Breastplate to the world.
This is a sort of rather minor point, but you were still wearing your other clothes and armor underneath this armor.
Yes.
So there's a certain amount of like crushed inness to it that you might want to like take that off underneath the armor, but it's up to you.
Free ball.
That's definitely going to happen. I think it's the sort of thing of the oh
yeah,
oh that fits better. Okay, because they'll just, like you say, a lot of crushed stuff. So remove anything that can be got at, but without trying to remove flesh at the same time. If you
wouldn't remove flesh, you're fine. Like
just pulling out the bits.
Again, this is really grim, but I have another way to put it. When bodies die, the flesh goes very leathery first,
yes.
So very hard to do any kind of damage to it. So yeah,
right. Liver mortis setting in.
Yeah. I will give you all a brief, horrific thought, and then we'll move on. You know the smell you get under a cast?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
look. Right,
there we are.
Just shut the door. Go. Okay, we're not going into the hold for a bit until
once the armor's on, you wouldn't know. Yeah, there's no smell at all.
It's all contained. Just
all contained.
Yeah, but the bad,
Can
the old
Vuk
armor.
even smell that anymore?
No.
Unless, yeah.
I will remind you that this sort of sense of grotesque also powers the thing slightly, so you know. The rest of you are resting. Are there any conversations you would have in rest? Astel, would you have any conversations with Prif back on the wooden top deck, which is still scorched and singed, while you are making your way away from this island? There are still some islands around, but they're thinning out. You feel like you're leaving the, forgive me again, for I have sinned territory.
Do you want to talk or do you want to sit in silence? Because I'm fine with either of those, but like...
Let's say,
I suppose there's a middle ground as well, which is sort of like half talk, half silence.
Is there something you wanted to talk about?
No, but you might want to.
Oh.
No, after you. No, after you.
You know, like, do you want to reminisce or...
Just about anything, really.
Yeah.
Gosh, it's, I suppose in your world, you when you die, that's it.
Yeah. Well, apart from it, then you go on to like the afterlife, or.
Well, okay, there we go. Tell me about your afterlife.
Okay, that's a slightly tricky one because I don't actually believe in the afterlife. I believe that when you die, you sort of expand out into space, and your body gets reused for other things, and you just like sort of slowly fade out of consciousness. So
it's not too dissimilar from what we believe, really.
Yeah, which is really cool if you think about it, because then like all your stuff gets recycled, and you sort of live on in a completely different way.
I've heard that you're not the first travellers that I've met, and I've heard that you have what's termed other planes of existence.
Yeah, been to a few.
What's
briefly. That like? Well, the Feywild was very colourful, and then the Astral Sea was terrifying, and then I suppose this is another plane of existence for us as well. So it's weird here. Nobody dies.
I see. Hope I get a chance to travel at some point. Feels like there's a lot out there to be explored.
Yeah. I mean, I guess we're trying to get back home, so maybe eventually we can see if there's a way out of here.
What, and leave this hellhole of a plane? No, that sounds awful.
Well, some of us have got families and people we want to see. I'm not sure everyone has families they want to see, but some of us do.
Well, I've got the opposite, so works for me.
Family you don't want to see.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
Yeah, fair. Is it not the done thing to ask you about the death stuff?
No, I'm happy to talk about it.
Because, that was really useful. Is that something anyone can do, or did you get special training?
There are certain types of people who can learn. It is a spell, magical effect. Certain classes can learn it, and you're not one of them.
Oh well.
Any of my friends?
I think Etelus is probably has the right sort of training.
That might be useful. Although Etelus is so
training.
Etelus is so sweet. I don't know if Etelus could condemn people to eternal death.
Yeah. No, that is true.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean. It was good what you did.
I don't think what I do is wrong. Just to be clear. It is what Cole has done to this plane, what Setri has done to this plane, is barbaric. Death should be the end. So, that part of it I am comfortable with. Other parts not so much, but every organization's the same. Some fringes that sometimes get more powerful. Yes. I know that death isn't the end here. That doesn't mean that being dead is good or fun.
No, from what I've seen of Vuk, it's unpleasant and it gets worse.
Well, it's a form of life, but it changes your outlook somewhat.
I've heard that of near-death experiences. Like when you nearly die, then you go and do all the crazy things that you didn't do before because now you might as well.
Because it is very much a near-death experience, except it's nearer than you might want it to be.
Sorry, it's hard to change your entire way of thinking.
No, it's I would use similar language. It is your experience of death. Your death experience is like a near-death experience. It makes sense. Yes.
You said you've met other travelers.
Yes.
Have any of them had sort of these silver keys?
Silver key? Can I see?
Nice. Good questions.
No, but I have seen one of these before.
Where?
That's with my organisation, which isn't fantastic, but
okay.
Is it important? It seemed to be important.
It's how we got here, and we understand if we can find some way to charge it, we might be able to leave. But we don't know how to charge it, and nobody seems to know how to charge it. Even the person who should know about it doesn't know how to charge it.
Prif will look at it somewhat reverentially, and you can see in their mind there's a certain amount of, I want this, because I do not want... Of anyone you've met, Prif is the person most who does not want to be here.
If we find a way out, we'll take you.
I'll hold you to that. I'll give it back. Sorry, that's really cheered me up. Thank you. Well then, it looks like I've got a job to do now. Help you find a way to charge that key. All right. Look, Haps and Karena, if asked, will say that I should captain the ship. I should be very clear with you that I do not want to.
Okay, but will one of them instead?
I have no idea, but if this conversation of who's in charge comes up, I will abstain. I do not. It's not good.
Prefer one of us to do it temporarily? Ideally, Haps will do it, but
maybe Karenna will.
But
Ghost owning a ship, that would be interesting.
that seems quite sensible, actually. I mean, she does fly it.
Not the most level-headed, but I mean...
But with you two to advise her, maybe?
That's possible.
We could be a democracy instead. Does that work on a ship?
I don't know. Never tried it.
Cleo really doesn't like voting, so we'll just have to...
Yes, I've been meaning to ask, well, any of you, frankly, and since we're having this conversation, what is Cleo's deal?
Right, it's really important that you know that she doesn't lie, because she's very vehement about that.
Okay.
However, what to her is not lying, I think, is also not true.
Half-truths. Truth by omission?
She thinks it's true and it's not true.
Oh. Okay. I know a thing or two
gets
about difficult
very
upbringings.
Concerned about... It's very odd. I don't think she had a good upbringing.
No. Well,
she doesn't like it if you tell her that, though, so don't...
I understand indoctrination and trauma. It's fine. I won't bring it up unless pushed.
Yeah.
It's not my place to...
Uslam seems to be handling it, so...
Is he?
Certainly making a lot of effort.
The situation...
Do you get a vibe? I get a vibe.
I've not really thought about it.
Oh. Maybe just me then.
I'm going to have to think about that now.
Oh, God.
It's been a lot of near death. There's not been a lot of chance to be like, oh, maybe my friends are doing something.
I was trying to lighten the mood.
To be fair, Prif has spent more time with me, and then just sort of seen me looking at Cleo out loud and like, right, just go.
Prif is extremely observant, has been noted, yeah. Anyway.
He's now going to just turn that over in his brain for the rest of it.
I will allow that the watch passes without incident beyond that point, because there is no incident. I've already rolled for it.
I probably won't wake up someone else until like halfway through, because I
only trance for 4 hours, so I was going to come in.
That's halfway through.
Yeah.
So, if you get up halfway through and join, then Prif will thank you and go and also rest, because still on 1 hit point. Did not heal themselves. Good. After you've all rested and after you have all checked, there are still floating islands. There are never no floating islands, but they are much fewer and far between, and you appear to have left, as I said, the territory. And we'll get to what happens after your rest, after the break.
All right. Okay.
Join us in 5:10, everyone. See you soon.
Thank God we survived. Yes.
Pick up your gear and open your chest. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey. It's a brand new day. On the slow coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey. Heroes on their way. Fighting forever against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions, adventure never ends. Idle champions, get your wall and there. Idle champions, you will say it again. Idle champions.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum test.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. Hello everyone, welcome back to the second half. The crew was just long resting after their ordeal and the loss of Captain Antares. Now, after the... hang on. At the second half of the long rest, Astel and Etelus are on the deck of the ship by themselves for a significant amount of time. Is there anything you'd wish to discuss in that time?
I think that Etelus is characteristically more quiet than usual. But
Characteristically or uncharacteristically?
I said uncharacteristic.
How do you feel about death?
Wow.
Look,
Good morning.
It's a good way to start every
I mean, okay, so I thought a lot of things before. It used to just be part of the natural cycle of things. We live and we die, and when we die, we go back into the trees, and they continue to grow as a solid monument to the future of other things and make more of other people. And that was nice. It's different here.
It is different here. That's kind of how I feel as well, actually. But if you could, if you could choose to make someone die, would you? Here.
But would they
actually pass on? Actually pass on.
But that means that I'd have to decide that they deserve to die. And would they deserve to die?
I don't know.
How do I decide that?
I don't know.
I mean, that person deserved. They weren't very nice, and they came back after us. So maybe they did deserve to die, because we nearly lost everyone.
Okay.
But then those creatures in the temple, they didn't really deserve to die, but they just wanted food, but that food happened to be us, and we didn't want to die. So we had to, stop them from killing us.
I don't want to keep something from you that I know that could impact you, but also I don't want to burden you with stuff. Would you rather know or not know?
I think it's better to know. I think it's better to know than not know. Because I think that if I'd had a choice and this didn't have to happen, then I guess I would have made the choice.
Griff reckons you probably could. As in, you could learn to do what Griff does. But just you. Not any of the rest of us.
Yeah. I saw what Griff did. What kind of? Sort of. I think if I needed to, I could. But yeah.
I don't think you should have to. I think it's...
I don't think anyone should have to, but I think that some people... Some creatures just attack each other, or they have a reason, and that reason might be as a continuance of their own survival. Some people just do it for sport.
Mm.
And I think that the people that just do it for sport should be stopped from doing it for sport.
Etelis has the highest passive perception. You hear a faint keening noise.
Can I? Do I think that's? Do I think that might be Coretta crying, or someone? One of them? Someone? Or is it outside the ship?
Your passive perception's high enough that it's outside the ship, and it has more of a kind of mournful drone quality to it. I will preface this by saying, has Etelis ever heard a whale before?
No, I did not live near the water.
Then you will have no idea what you're like. Sky
whale.
It wouldn't be a Studio Ghibli knockoff world without sky whales. I rest my case.
We need that sky blubber.
Astor.
Yeah.
I think we need to go and have a look outside.
You are currently on the deck of the ship.
Right.
Okay. I know it's been a long day, but this is definitely outside.
Okay. Okay, we'll look up and look.
There is a pod of about 15 large creatures. Look a bit like whales, but from this range you can't tell it beyond. It looks slightly like large fish, that appear to be moving about 150, 200 feet off the starboard port bow and up by about 100 feet as well. They're not paying attention to you at all. They're just sort of floating past.
Can I understand them?
Interesting. Can you understand them? You do speak the language of beasts and leaf, so yes, you do understand them. Oh no.
What?
You understand them and it's sad.
Oh, no. What if it wasn't, though?
But it is! I can't help that it is!
We're on holiday.
We've come on holiday by mistake.
What the whales are saying is, Cole, where are you? If you didn't understand what they were saying, it would be hauntingly beautiful. I'm just putting it out there.
I will have, before it actually clicks, when I was hearing it, I would have pointed them out and then gone, yeah.
They're beautiful.
Yeah. It's kind of sad, though.
Not a lot has not been sad since we got here.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you something beautiful and nice, and you've ruined it by understanding whale. That's all I'm saying.
It's not our fault they missed God.
We're all feeling a lot of things, and perhaps this sadness is just, we're supposed to be sad right now because a lot has happened, and actually we need to process that sadness and move through it. That would be the wise thing to do.
I think unless Etelis is going to keep talking, we'll probably just lapse in silence watching.
Yeah.
They just
There's
float.
probably tears.
Yeah, they just float past at a slight angle. Just a pod of whales going about their way. It is night sky at the moment, so there is sort of a purple tinge to the dark night sky clouds. You can just see them moving across a couple of different moons, more than one.
Might reach out and offer a hand.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Just watching the whales go by, crying silently, holding hands.
Searching for God. Good, right.
It's so tragic.
I put this in so long ago, and I'm going to put the space whales in. It'll be great. It'll be lovely. And then this. Oh, good. Right. Your watch ends as sun rises. I mean, the sun rises quite a lot earlier than you would expect because you're very high in the sky. But you would start getting that light shining around, and there are still floating islands around. But as described as before, they are much more spaced apart than before as well.
I haven't actually long rested, have I?
No.
No. Okay.
We'll need to go.
Yes.
In this long rest, you will also all have leveled up to level 4.
I have also not leveled up.
No, you will all level up as Astal rests, and you're all level 4 now. Congratulations.
I might just go and tap one of the people who's now fine and be like, can we swap?
Perhaps we'll say yes. Yeah, of course, it's fine. Who wants teas and coffees?
Is this happening after I've gone to sleep, or?
Yeah, you're asleep now. You're gone for 8 hours.
Oh boy. Okay.
It's easy enough.
Yeah, sure.
Tea would be wonderful. Thank you.
But you said you'd be able to help with mending some of these cups because we're running a little low.
Yes, absolutely. I'm very happy to do that. And starts piecing them together.
Great, thank you. Does everyone join for a tea or coffee apart from Astal, who's asleep?
I think I've stayed upstairs.
Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Cleo has found somewhere quiet to sit and is sitting there quietly.
Oh gosh. Okay, so this is not a ship with a bountiful amount of space. So, Astal's in the
basketball court.
Sorry?
Is Etelis on the basketball court?
Etelis is on the basketball court.
Okay.
Karena's in the cockpit.
If everyone's left their sleeping
But
bit,
Astal's about to come in and sleep in the sleeping bit.
obviously Astal's asleep, right? So Cleo can just sit on her.
If you had wanted to come up to the basketball court, Etelis isn't paying attention and they're just staring off into the distance. So.
I think Cleo can sit hugging her knees in her bunk for a little bit.
Okay.
She's having a great time.
Great.
Absolutely.
Always
Well,
fine.
Vuk and Uslam are up with Haps having teas. Let's start there. This has been a I'm going to be going through the captain's office at some point today to make sure that we know what they wanted.
Right.
That's my only plan for
Would you like a
today.
hand?
No, I don't know. It's not very big.
Okay.
There are a lot of guns in there from what I've seen, so...
Yeah. Captain did like their guns. Sorry, I don't know why that's not sad.
None of this is going to be joyful.
None of us said the captain did like their guns. Was something about like, it's trying to be sad about the guns.
I would be interested to see the guns. It'd be fascinating.
Oh, well, if you want to help, I wouldn't say no.
Keen to have a look at see what they were doing. Absolutely.
Right. Well, here's your tea.
Thank you. Does everyone feel... Well, that was a close one yesterday, and...
It's just me and Uslam here.
No, but I'm saying just here. Does everyone feel all right?
No.
No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
You don't... How about you, Vuk? How do you feel?
Well, I had to sort of look into my chest again, which was interesting.
I suppose it is.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're, yeah. Suppose that comes with the territory, doesn't it?
Well, exactly. It's just the first time I've had to do it, and it was, yeah.
Do you want me to try and mend the holes?
I think it's all right. My arm is now pretty welded up. If you want to have a check on, and we'll show you.
I don't know anything about armor. I meant the body, but I suppose I don't spend much time. No, you're fine.
Thank you.
It just looks a bit like don't know what to say or do.
Thank you for getting your gaping wound out over the breakfast table.
Get it out.
Thank you for describing your gaping wound over the breakfast table.
Yeah, that would be a bit much.
Yeah.
No, that's why I think it would be good to help out with the sorting out of the cabin, just to, well, make sure I don't think too much. I think that's going to be the danger at the moment.
Well, Uslam, do you want something to do as well? Is that...
Sure. I mean, there's the chore list as well. You know, I suppose...
Well, there's a lot of broken things now. The chore list, if anything, has expanded dramatically.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably not so good with the mending as Vuk is, but I can
keep doing that. Show me where to mend.
Hang on. Haps is much more emotionally intelligent than this. Hang on. There we go. Well, why don't... Tell you what, instead of going through the captain's belongings immediately, why don't we could sit and have a board game? That'd be nice, wouldn't it? You can...
All right. Yes, actually, that would be better.
We may have to cobble together the pieces from various sets that have been shot to buggery and see if we can find...
We make our own game, you know.
We make our own game.
Make our own game.
What should that game be?
Was this game where you roll dice and...
Imagine that you're somewhere else.
Okay, so we're working in an office.
I now apologise for just suggesting that we should all bring a game.
I want to use
yesterday.
Water points.
I summon HR, sorry.
6th level spell. Well, is there a game you play on your world that you could share with me?
Well, there's... Do you have chess?
No, what's that?
Oh, yeah,
Right.
I remember chess.
I mean...
Game of tactics.
I used to play it with my dad when I was little. Okay, and Uslam gets sad again for a moment, but then is like, right, okay, no. So dives in and starts trying to build like a chess set out of all the pieces. Yeah.
No roll required. No roll required.
No roll. Well, no, but I was going to say, I feel like the thing, well, why did we make it with 3 of us? I'm sure we could do that. And so we end up doing...
3-person chess. Perfect.
Exactly.
We make 3D chess, and it's...
3D chess isn't 3-person chess. It's not how that works.
It could be.
They both have 3 in the total.
They both have 3, but also there's the 3 points, but we're also moving up and down, and because we already know that we've got the layered from the risk game.
I'm gonna I once tried to work out how three-person chess would work because that's the kind of nerdy child I was, and it's very complicated. So I propose you make a chessboard so that two people can play at once, the other person can offer advice.
Right, okay, if we're doing a three-person game, let's play... Maybe this isn't the great game, but there's a game of murder. Right, okay, I'll draw a house.
This will take our mind off things. Perfect.
Again, where I'm like, okay, fine. Okay, so there was another game where it was about birds and about eggs, but we don't know. I just sits down and like.
That does sound less high stakes. Maybe that's a good idea.
Why don't we, instead of trying to gild the lily, why don't we just make the two-person game, and then the third person can help me because I've never played it before.
Sure.
Perfect. All right, let's try that. And we will try and set up chess as best we can. I think that there's going to be, because I think every single one of the pieces is going to be different.
Yeah.
And so we're just going to end up making up rules that apply here. This is a space pirate. This is a washing brush.
So this one can fly to anywhere.
So it can go anywhere, but it can't take anything.
Basically, it's a mix between chess and Calvin ball.
Boys.
Yes.
Boys. I'm very up for yes-anding in most situations. However, can I recommend you just make a fucking chess set?
We make a chess set, but we also... Also, we've got some shattered pottery. We're like, there you go.
That's a king now. It's wearing a shattered hat.
Yeah.
Cool. If you want to play chess with Haps, they will enjoy learning the new game. They seem to really enjoy games. They enjoyed the game yesterday as well, so it seems to be something they enjoy. And they seem to enjoy the fact that it is a conversational game. Like, it's a game where you talk as you play and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
The three of you pass the time.
Before like collapsing to sleep, can I just wiggle an arm towards Cleo, who is also in this space?
Oh no.
I'm going to be asleep really soon, but like Etelus does this sometimes and it helps if you want to, but also I won't be offended if you don't. You put your hand in mine and then we sort of sit there.
Oh. I've seen other people do that.
Yeah, I hadn't done it before either, but it's actually quite nice.
I sort of had a lot of time where I wasn't really supposed to touch anyone, so it's sort of... Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? We nearly died. Not because I have, like, diseases or anything.
You're fine. I don't have diseases either, if it helps.
No, I know, but I said I wasn't meant to touch, and then your face, and I got worried. Okay. I will hold Asta's hand as he falls asleep.
Very nice. Etelus, if you're just sitting there looking out into space, anything particular you want to do, or are you just resting?
I'm just pondering the fact that I can now, well, I will possibly be able to in the future make that decision of people have to die.
Yeah.
So I think
it's a ranger spell.
That's fine. It's fine. That's Lola saying it's fine. Etelus is just like pondering the all of the things in this big bad wide world that they thought they were pretty like knowledgeable about stuff when they left and then it was just like, okay, so much more. So.
Once Astal has rested, Cleo, are you still there when Astal wakes up?
I'm not sure she'd have hidden for 8 straight hours. Maybe the first couple, but then she would probably have gone for a wander and tried to find something useful to do and tried to be fine, aggressively fine.
You would have walked upstairs and found the boys playing chess.
Ooh.
Would you like to play chess?
Yes, if someone wants to have a break. I'm quite good at I'm okay at chess.
I'd love to play against Cleo. Perhaps clearly very much enjoying the idea of playing chess.
You do. I'll go check. Where is Etelus? Oh God! They fell over again. I ran off.
No, it's not a big ship. They're probably fine.
I don't know. Like Etelus and he fell out of a window and a few trees not to time. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I don't think you were there when I nearly fell out of the window.
No, that was the thing. I thought you had, and then you turned up, and I was like, oh, thank God.
Okay.
Okay, Cleo joins in the chess game, and Uslam goes to find Etelus, who finds Etelus on the scorched and pitted basketball court. That is not a basketball court, it's where you keep stuff, but that's the name now.
It's there.
We made a mess of this. It's going to take more than a mop to clean this.
Yeah, though I guess that at least is something we can definitely do.
Yeah. I sit down next to Etelus and sort of say,
I saw some whales earlier.
really? Like flying whales?
Yeah. So it was kind of sad. It was beautiful but sad. They were all looking for coal.
Wow. I was going to say a lot of beautiful things are sad, but
Yeah.
wow, even the animals are missing them.
I'm not usually the sad person.
No, I am.
Oh.
This party.
We'll kind of lean towards you, but kind
I
of
lean in as well.
Yeah.
So we're sort of resting on each other.
Yeah. So, do you want to talk about it?
Sure. I'm sorry. Again,
Why?
I know you said last time, but you were happy back in the forest with your family, and now this. It's...
I mean, I said last time that I don't regret it. I miss my family, and this is hard. But I guess that's just growing up.
I hate it. If this is growing up, this is.
I kind of hate it a little bit too.
Just you wait to have to pay taxes.
We're adventurous.
Somewhere in the ether that comes in, and it's just like
I couldn't help myself.
Not that. Don't mention the taxes.
laundry somewhere. What? No.
Oh, we prestige. I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Suck the dirt up, throw it on the floor. Someone else's problem.
Suck off the dirt, please.
Suck off the dirt.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
No wonder you all laughed.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, I mean, I guess everyone that. So, I guess the grove wasn't made up of just dryads and people. There were a lot of other people who'd been elsewhere before, and they had lots of other experiences to bring to the community. And I guess this is just more experience that will later on help us make something better, even if it kind of sucks right now.
I suppose, someone would talk about, you put a sword in the heat and you beat it until it gets strong, but that's not nice. That's not right. I went through some stuff before, and I wonder if I was better off before. I was angry, I was powerful, and now I'm making choices. I'm trying to be a good person, and they're not paying off.
I guess I'm not you, so it's not.
No.
It's not quite the same. But I think you've made good choices. They've been hard choices, but they weren't really stupid choices. I've made some of those.
Give me time. And I'm going to make some real... I mean, they're not jumping down a trash chute choices, but give me some time.
I mean,
Somewhere, Vuk takes psychic damage.
But I think that's the point, though. We all make lots of choices. Sometimes they're stupid. Sometimes they're not great. Sometimes they're good. And that's just... And I think that despite you thinking that you've made bad choices, they're not... Well, they've not been all bad for us. And I don't think that bad choices make you a bad person.
That's something. I suppose we are. The things we do. Growing up in the village, there would be things where my mother would have to heal people because someone had made a bad choice. They had let themselves slip. They had a little bit much to drink, and they'd push someone, and then they hit their head, and then that's them gone. You make one stupid mistake, and your life's just... I try, and that's something, but sometimes that's not enough. Sorry, this really, this is...
No, it's okay. I mean...
Tell me more about the whales. Tell me...
I think that's not a more cheerful conversation, but I just want to say that... I just want to say that I know you feel like you're making a lot of bad choices, and it doesn't feel like that necessarily for us, but I think that from what you said, a lot of this was a choice you didn't get to make. It was a choice someone else made for you. And I think the fact that despite all that, you're now getting to make your own choices, and even if you stumble on them sometimes, and yes, choices can have consequences, the whole growing through making choices and realizing that maybe that's not a choice you'll make again, but still getting to make your own choices.
I squeeze harder, just like...
Yeah.
I love you, bud.
Love you too.
At the end of Astel's long rest, because I think that will be the point when all of these converge. Has everyone leveled at level 4? Just checking.
No.
No.
Far too much roleplay going on to be doing this.
What's Priff up to? Tell us of Priff's big day.
Yeah.
Priff's resting. I don't know what to tell you.
Level 4 is big choices. Level 4 is feat or ASI, and
it's true.
Yeah. No, we'll do that with thought later.
Fine.
Wait, are you trying to plan to throw us in another awful combat situation that we need our 4-level characters for?
No.
You killed my brother!
My brother could not die, and neither can I! No, it's not that.
Can we make custom feats?
Ooh. We've talked about a custom ASMR feat, haven't we? Yeah, we'll work that one out later. Cool. Yeah. Okay, then in which case, Astel, once you awaken, is there anywhere in particular?
I feel extremely magically powerful.
Why?
Because I got 1 extra 2nd level spell slot.
Okay.
What you get?
Is there anything in particular you want to do after you have completed a slip?
Feels inappropriate, but sort of bounce around the ship going, I feel amazing.
Suddenly now.
Is there, okay. Is there any conversation anyone would like to have with each other, with the grouping as a whole, with Priff, with Haps, with everybody, with Karenna even, who is currently hiding out in the cockpit and not talking to anybody?
Do we need to have a conversation about who owns the ship? I say to whoever is nearby.
If you go upstairs, then Cleo and Vuk are playing chess with Haps because they've been playing for 8 hours, and time flows differently. And because of that, they haven't gone through the captain's quarters yet. And Caps will say, "Oh, we meant to go through the captain's quarters, but we've not done it yet."
Do you want me to have a look? I'm good at finding things.
Well, we all were going to go and have a look. Should we?
A bit small for all of it. All right, let's all right.
You say we're having a nice time.
Yeah, I don't need to go. It's paper. But Asta's good at paper.
Well then, Vuk and Asta, do you want to go through the captain's quarters while because Asta, you've been in there before. You cleaned the guns.
Yeah, I clean the guns.
I will come and help then.
We're only looking for something that says like who the ship belongs to now, right?
Yeah, sure.
Some sort of will.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, or like who we need to return it to, like who owns it.
People in this place make wills if they die and come back.
I suppose you could just come in and say, "No, that's mine. Give it back." So.
I guess there is a chance that they will turn up at some point and go, "Hey, that's my ship. What you doing?" But they might have said like, "This person looks after it in the meantime."
Also, if you fell thousands and thousands of feet, is there anything left to come back to? I don't know how that works, but everyone else, Vuk had a body to return to, and the ghosts were still sort of tied to where their bodies were. If there's sort of a smudge, I don't know.
Let's not find out, shall we?
Let's not contemplate. I don't want to contemplate the smudge anymore. That's an amazing.
Look, the DM knows, but none of the characters around you do or want to think about it. Right.
I think someone should have a word with Corinna.
Yeah.
Someone who, I mean, I'm happy to, but I think I'll make everything worse to someone who people want to talk to.
I'll have a try. See what's going on.
Okay, so you're going to go and see Corinna, and Astel's going to go to the captain's quarters.
Yeah.
Good. Let's have a conversation with. Let's have the captain's quarters first.
Right.
There's some interesting questions there about wills. Astel, the door's not locked. If you go inside the captain's quarters, it's you've been here before. Wood paneling as before. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of guns on various stands and on various.
All the guns.
All the guns.
So you what? All the guns?
Ignore.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm presuming that she hasn't rolled up her will inside one of the guns, but if I can't find it, that's the next. That's the next option.
That would be very cool. That would be very, very on brand.
That Chris's face just then went. She has now.
Kind of. There is no desk or anything like that. There's like a small. There's a hammocky bed strung over, and there's a sort of shelving unit with some papers on it and some books in it.
Okay, I'm going to briefly scan all loose paper for deeds of ownership, some sort of like this is what I intend, or even like this is what the ship is doing, like this is where the cargo is going.
There's a deed of ownership in a folder that is on top of the shelving unit that also contains a shipping manifest of where things are currently going. Like the purifiers are going to... the purifiers are going to...
That was surprisingly easy.
Yeah.
Well, they're not trying to hide it or anything. She wasn't like, the secret shipping manifests.
Did the ship belong to her?
Yes. It's in her name, and there is no like in case of death, like there's nothing like that.
No,
she didn't write a will.
Okay.
In a universe where you don't die, why would you?
Yeah. Well, you don't expect to get chucked off a cliff.
Yeah.
No.
Nobody expects to get chucked off a cliff.
Nobody expects to get chucked off a cliff. The name next to where the water purifiers are going just says Groj, Groj, Ulan. UHLAN.
Roger Ulan, right?
Does Haps?
Yes.
Right. We have the deed of the ship.
Right.
I mean, she's not here anymore, so it belongs to someone now. But like, we have the deed, so technically that's us, because whoever has the deed generally owns the thing.
Right.
So that is a thing.
Well, I think Priff should be in charge if it comes up.
Maybe we should have a chat about democracy.
Okay.
Or Karenna could maybe.
Maybe it's sure. I mean, I shouldn't be in charge. So whoever.
All right, we're going to have a chat about democracy.
All right.
And Cleo, you should stay for that.
I have had several politics
seminars.
tutors. I do
great.
know
You can give the lecture on democracy then.
Okay.
And also we need to find someone called Grudge.
Oh, I know grudges. That's fine.
Great. In that case, that was all the information I found out. There's many guns in there if anyone wants a gun.
It's not really my speed.
No. You might be able to sell them.
That's not a bad idea either. In the meantime, if anyone wants one for like a memento or something, I say go for your life.
I'm good.
All right.
Maybe Karenna wants one to keep. Maybe, hang on, has Vuk gone yet? Vuk.
Give me a gun. Vuk, you've gone to find Karenna, so.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm
I want firearms, damn it.
I want firearms. Yeah.
Okay. Go on, Ed. What were you saying?
Oh, no, I wasn't saying anything, just that Vuk has gone.
You were going to go and talk to Karenna. Please do.
Sorry, right. Yes. So we'll go down and knock on the door of the engine room.
Yes.
Is there any response? No. So we'll then attempt to open and come in sort of quite slowly. Hello? Anybody about?
It's a bit weird. Like there's this sort of furnace and these creepy like spider-like arms just like hanging over everything.
Karenna? Please, for some reason I've suddenly... Is that the right name?
Yeah. Just in the cockpit on the engine room.
Yeah.
You are not going to fit in the cockpit as well as her. Full stop.
Okay. If they're not down... Sorry, I was intending to go to where they usually went. I thought that was the engine room. I'm an idiot.
Engine room or cockpit?
Right, so having checked the engine room, we'll go up to the cockpit.
You go up and around the outside, and as you get to the cockpit, from the outside you will hear faint sobbing.
A gentle knock again, just so that it's not too surprising.
Yeah. Yes. Hello.
Hello. Just coming down to check. How are you getting on?
Fine. Yeah. So
Okay.
fine.
Well, we're keen to help if we can, but also, do you need anything? Would you like us to do something for you?
No. Heading for Ulan. Don't need to sleep. Don't need to do anything really. So I'm just gonna be here. Yep.
Okay. I can be here as well if you like.
Her head will pop out of the side of the door. Just whoop.
Yep. Hi.
You're dead, right?
Oh yes.
Yeah, me too. Sorry, it's very in character, but it's such a dumb thing to say.
No, I agree. I had to rather face up to it just now because of the little fracas we had with that idiot.
Yeah.
It did some quite bad damage to everybody, and I was putting myself back together again. It's a very odd experience.
I didn't get to do that.
Well, that's what I was wondering. The thing is, you have a home.
Yes.
Which is wonderful. But when it gets hurt, like it did before, does that make you feel like... Does it feel like you're hurt as well as the ship?
No.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Weird question.
I feel like if I had control of my home in the same way that you do, I think I'd feel very attached to it.
Oh yeah, it's my home. It's important, but it doesn't hurt when someone attacks it because I don't.
Good.
Okay. Why do we get to live and Captain doesn't?
Well, there I think you're talking about fairness and justice. And that I think is just so far above my pay grade.
Yeah, mine too.
I think the captain lived a good life for as long as they did.
Yeah.
And I think that's the crucial thing, because here you can't necessarily die at any point. But I think it's important to live so that if you do, then you don't leave stuff undone.
Yeah. That's a really good way of putting it.
Because I definitely feel like I've done a lot of good things after I died. And I think you have too. And usually people don't get the chance.
Yeah. Don't really tend to think about it in like, is it a good thing? It's just a thing. I do the thing, you know?
Well, but that's the thing. People appreciate what you do. I really appreciate that you fly this ship. I wouldn't know how to do it. I don't think anybody else does.
I could show you.
Oh, okay. Shall I come in?
Oh.
I'm quite big, aren't I?
Yeah.
Okay, well, another time perhaps.
It opens the door.
Yeah.
A hand. Look, we'll reach a hand inside the cockpit from the outside, and suddenly the door will be opened by a metal clawed hand on the inside that will open up. You can see this cockpit is like, it would be a tight squeeze for the smallest member of your party, which is now. Oh God, who is it now? Astel. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
It would be a tight squeeze for Astel, and you just.
Well, so what we'll try and do is sort of stick the head in and have a look around, but trying to be interested, but very, very aware. I'm definitely not going to fit in here, but this is
Ed. Can you roll me a Winnie the Pooh check, please?
I'm glad to. Just tell me what it is.
I haven't seen this since episode 2.
What did we say it was last time? Was it a dex save? I think it was, wasn't it?
That would make sense.
Such a nice towel reel.
Okay, dex save.
Yep.
Gonna have to lubricate an elephant's head.
It's not how I would have put it, but all right, 13.
You're fine. You're able to hang on, and unwedge your way out. The cockpit, the controls of it, you've never seen anything like it. You doubt you'd be able to do it without some serious practice, but it is a learnable skill.
Gotcha. Well, I definitely think it's yes, it would definitely take some time to learn, but I think, well, who knows? Well, let's hope that somebody else can. Would you like somebody to come and to learn? Would you be interested in teaching them?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'd love to teach you because you're interested.
That's what I mean, but I think other people would be interested as well.
Yeah, but you asked.
That's the thing. When you're too big for something, it always gets fascinating. I love small little things, and the controls and the things there seem wonderfully complicated, but I am too big. Okay.
Rudeness.
What do you mean rudeness?
I thought it was really sweet and lovely, and then I saw him's face.
You've got such a knack for it, Ed. Everything you say.
Well, I mean, normally the ship's flown from the steering column.
Oh,
that's what this is. This was added on because it was easier for me. But you could learn from there if you wanted to.
I'd love to give it a try. Where is the steering column?
It's the big steering wheel in the cabin.
Ah, and cool. Do you want to come and show me, or I'd love to have a look.
I don't want anyone else to know that we're doing it. It has to be like when everyone else is asleep. Private.
Okay. Yes. That's fine. Okay, I'll come down, and I don't sleep, so when they are all asleep, I'll come find you. Great. Cool. Okay.
Dead person club.
Dead person club. The tragedy. What is everyone else doing at this point? Any other conversations people want to have? The deed to the ship very clearly states that it belongs to the captain, who is now deceased.
I want Cleo's lecture on democracy.
Oh. We're not going to have a lecture on democracy. I'm just going to put it out there. It's not going to happen.
Rebecca.
Cleo can, if she thinks Asta is being serious,
Asta's being dead,
regurgitate 10 years worth of governance tuition.
Okay. Wow. Then I will say...
Oh, this is going to be appalling.
But while this is happening, everyone else, if Islam and Atlas want to leave the basketball court on top of the ship, come down and you can all enter in on the world's most boring lecture on democratic politics. I'm sorry, Rick, it's not because of you, but it's because...
Charisma of 8.
Roll me a flat charisma check.
-1, or is it -2? -1.
8 is -1.
I got a 16 on the dice, so that is 15. That could and maybe should be. I kind of want a self-imposed disadvantage, really.
I mean, it's not all that dry.
Yeah.
I think
very good at parroting other people's words.
Of course, yeah.
I think it's interesting because the underlying assumptions are heinous.
Yes. Exactly. It's deeply problematic. If it's your family that's been teaching you this.
That's so it's Cleo and she's lovely, and if she ever stops to think about it, then she would say nice things. But when she's just regurgitating what's like been
drilled in
into her by rote, it's very much so. Like, some people are born to rule over other people, and then their oldest child is born to then continue it on, and everyone else is
That's not about democracy.
But no, that will be the underlying. And then these other kind of barbarian nations.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Called democracy, and then that bit's quite boring. But there's just the bits that Cleo throws in without thinking.
Oh boy.
You're like.
Yeah.
I was expecting everyone gets a vote as long as you are over the age of 30, and this is just a long
Yes, exactly. Hail.
No.
Over 30.
Cleo does not hail from a democracy.
Cool. Then I think it is fair to say, if everyone is okay with it, that you can all enter the cabin during this lecture and we'll all be listening to it aghast.
Cleo doesn't notice because this is her worst nightmare. So she is saying all of this whilst bright red and staring at her shoes.
While Priff and Haps will also join this and listen in on this conversation, which means you're all in one place and you cannot go off and have individual scenes on your own anymore. You're all there. Stop pestering me with this. Lola, you're there. Come on.
What? No, I was like, but where is Corinna? Are Corinna and Vuk back?
I think Vuk has come back. I think if you imagine everyone sat down watching Cleo give this really awkward speech, and then Corinna's head just like poking out of the
side of the thing,
In which case, everyone is there. You are all there now in one place, so you can all have conversations that require everyone to be there. Go. Also, Cleo just described the world's democracy as barbaric and a terrible way of governance.
Are we supposed to debate her on this?
No, I don't think that this was supposed to be a lecture on democracy. I think it's only a negative one, which...
Okay,
Do we need to...
Well done, Cleo. Excellent job. Good, well done.
Should we talk...
Did you actually grow up like that?
I think so, yes. Sorry, Cleo, I didn't mean to talk over you.
No. Can I be done? Can I sit down now?
Yes, please. Come sit.
Good job.
Yes, very good work.
And yes, didn't everyone?
Unfortunately not, although I think my upbringing was a lot closer to yours. But it now worries me a bit.
In the chain of first children who inherit from their other first children, where were you?
That's an interesting sort of question.
Mm-hmm. Okay, in the chain, where are you, Cleo?
Well, third, I have an older sister and an older brother, but then I'm a bit different, so things got a bit messy and a bit complicated.
How are you different?
Oh, we don't. You don't have to.
It doesn't matter at all. We're just interested. Yeah.
Okay, I guess. We talked before a little bit about how my sort of people, if they have metal or gems sort of as part of them, that's quite special and that gets passed on, and that's part of how we die and kind of live again. I didn't really say at the time, but it's not that usual. So my family is special because they have quite a lot for our people. Like, our people are mainly human with a little bit of, we worship the Earth Genie, and that means that we sometimes we get more or less extra earth blessings, but my family have quite a lot of them, which, that means, my mother is very special, so she has like 3 whole rubies. She has, one in her hand and one on her cheek and one on her back, and that was amazing. She's been one of the most respected. And then Cleo will just like gently pull down, and like her entire collarbone the whole way around is set with sapphires, emeralds, rubies, diamonds. And she'll then like lift her hair and show you like down the back of her spine. Again, just a little bit.
Oh my God.
And the skin and the hair, they were harder to hide. So everyone had a little bit of a...
Does that hurt?
That's
having that in your skin.
It's just, they didn't like embed them. It's how I was born. It's just who I am.
It's so beautiful. It's amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah. Wow.
Thanks.
Well, from our point of view, that's not a problem. It's not a problem at all.
And that makes you some kind of royalty.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm a princess, but that would have been if I hadn't been... Anyway, my parents are the king and queen, and then my older sister, she'll be the new queen, and then my brother and I normally would just be sort of there to help and support, and we'd get a nice house and a bit of a mine, and it would be lovely. But because of this, I sort of got told to do and be more things.
Oh.
A lot of pressure. What would you have been? Is it like touched by one of your gods kind of thing?
Yeah, so they think that I was sort of a sign of how well we were all doing and how much the Earth Genie loved us. They think I was sort of a symbol of, well done, keep doing what you're doing. Right. And so, lots of people wanted to come and sort of, I had to sit on a chair and have lots of people sort of gently touch. It was all very boring when I was very young. And then I was telling Asta a tiny bit last night, I wasn't really ever meant to touch people because it was meant to be a special sort of blessing if I did, which was just boring. But then we come of age when we're 20, and that's quite soon. And they said that meant I had to sort of go and do quite a lot of things I didn't really want to do for the good of our people. So I didn't.
That's fine by me. Well, us, I think.
What did you do instead?
Ran away.
Wow.
Sounds like a lot. I think anyone would get
overwhelmed.
It's
the right choice.
There were bodyguards. I wasn't allowed to leave without, I had 8 and it got a bit much, and that was going to double to 16. And then our town is really, we're really small, and we've got important countries warring all around us, but we've got all the money and the things, and the best way to stop countries coming to...
You're Switzerland, okay.
Yeah, the best way to keep countries on our side is apparently if you marry them, and I didn't really want to do that, so...
Oh my God, you were going to get married off. That's no good at all.
I mean, it was a very sensible strategic decision, and I am sort of the most selfish and worst daughter in the world for saying no and leaving, but...
There's no sort of at all, you're not.
Oh, I said
Definitely
this
not.
to Yusum earlier, that it seems like before this, a lot of people were making choices for everybody else.
Yes.
And I think that even if we basically just getting to make choices for ourselves is a good thing, and that doesn't necessarily make those choices intrinsically good or bad. And honestly, the choices that were made for you sound like they were bad choices. So you making the choice to be free and actually get to be, or figure out who you are outside of that, was a good choice for you. And it's a good choice.
I think so. But I didn't get to make any choices for sort of 19 years. And then the first ones I made involved stealing my family's hammer from the Earth Genie, and my waiting people were going to get into a huge amount of trouble when they found me missing, And then I decided to trust some people who said they were going to help, and they really weren't very helpful or very nice. So my first set of choices I ever made were really, really bad. So I don't really like making the choices because I didn't have much practice, and then they've all been quite terrible. And I might just not be a very good person.
When I was 4, one of the first things I chose to do was to eat all of the incense in the temple, like all of it. It was really bad, but like I did that when I was 4, and I've had a lot of time since then to make some really stupid decisions and some much better decisions, but I've had a lot of practice, so maybe you just need to practice. I wouldn't recommend eating incense to find that out, though.
Okay. I will try, and I'm practicing on the small things. It's just when you suddenly turn around and you say you have to cast your vote on this thing that's going to massively affect whether we live or die, or who owns what, or whether, you know, what we decide is morally good. It's just a bit, it gets a little bit much.
I guess that's a choice as well, because you can choose to abstain.
That's true. I guess it's not that I don't deserve to have a choice. I could just choose to not choose.
Yes.
But what if that in itself is a terrible choice, because most of my choices are terrible?
Then it's part of the practice.
Exactly.
Okay. But you won't all get cross with me and decide to, you know, sell me back to my family for lots of money, or kill me, or leave me, or marry me, or any of those things.
I mean, to be pragmatic, I don't think we could, even if we would want to, and we can't, because we really like you.
Absolutely.
We keep saying this.
That is true. I was worried, but then one of you healed me in that big fight, so you did decide I was worth something. So Definitely. You're right. That is, yes, you do like me. I need to start believing that.
You kind of just stood up on your own.
Yeah.
It was very impressive, and we really liked the way that you did that.
You were unconscious.
Yeah, I was unconscious, so one of you must have made me better. I can't do that on my own.
No, we were trying to get you all up, and then it was just Etelis and I left, and it was really bad. And then, like, you just stood up.
Oh,
on your own.
And then you saved us all.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
So
very impressive.
The hammer that I stole.
It's a damn good thing you stole it.
Yeah, otherwise we'd all be dead.
It's your hammer anyway.
Exactly.
You know.
Well, no, technically it is my
It's
old
yours
sister's
now. We are a universe away.
Yeah.
It's yours now.
This is maybe the time to tell you, I know I've been hiding it really, really well, and so if you would know this at all.
Yeah, you blew fire. Or what? Something.
That wasn't what I was. What?
It was a thing. It was like we hadn't talked about it, and well, was it fire? It was just when we were on the ship. You just kind of.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
No, I hit things.
Yeah, with the fire that you breathed out of your mouth.
I mean, I'm fascinated to know what you were going to confess, but...
I was just going to say that I know I've hidden it really well, and I will obviously work really hard to get all of you home, but I know this is going to come as a huge shock. I don't really want to go back to my family. Sorry.
Oh, wow. That is... No, but that it makes sense now.
Listen, swallows a bit of tea quietly.
Is this you're showing that we're friends, so you're all pulling my arm?
No, genuinely. No. Etelis is full on telling the truth. There was fire from your mouth.
Priff will go, I did see it too. There was fire.
I didn't know I could do that. That's new.
Isn't it brilliant, though?
It was helpful at the time.
Yeah.
A pterodactyl, terrible person could blow fire, though. Maybe
that
this
doesn't make you the same.
I'm a terrible person.
I mean, it wasn't.
No. Technically, I could use fire if I could.
But I don't think fire is necessarily bad, and it does really hurt.
Yes.
And it's not great when it hits me.
I might have an explanation for it. Have you been contacted recently by some kind of powerful entity?
I've had some strange dreams, but dreams aren't real.
They can be.
Both Haps and Briff will look at each other, look back at you. Yet nobody dreams here, so if you're having dreams, those are messages from people.
Oh. Is this going to change, though? Is this new information going to suddenly turn you all into not liking me again?
No, not at all. There are things called There used to be, I mentioned it when we were talking about Cole beforehand, the heavens were guarded and protected by dreams and nightmares, and they worked to give souls their eternal rest for their life in service to the Charter. They now walk among us, and they can give people strange abilities. I think our scaly friend back there may have had one as well.
Yes, it probably was a dream or a nightmare. Not anything bigger or nastier. That makes sense.
I mean, people are touched by them sometimes. Some abilities seem to come from themselves, some from these other creatures that attach to them. It's not. I'd be careful with it because they have their own agendas. They're creatures as much as you or I are, and they have wants and needs.
So if it would be completely normal for one of these dreams or nightmares to say they were, for example, a world devourer?
House will look confused, and Priff will... Is that what it said?
Just hypothetically, would that be normal?
The world devourers are not dreams or nightmares. They are the tumult. They are the draconic creatures that live below and wish to reform Colhearth into a world of their own choosing.
That makes sense, actually. It was quite dragony.
Yes, now that you mention it, it was.
That's quite cool. Like you've been contacted by a dragon.
If you're looking at me in a way that isn't reassuring.
I've never known anyone to have been contacted by they shouldn't... It's not really part of their abilities. There must be some greater connection that I don't understand. You're not from here. How could there be a greater connection?
Very glad you're on our side, Cleo, because this sounds very, very big. Hooray.
Cleo, look, I meant to say earlier, but I didn't want to cut across anybody. I think you've been extremely brave, and I think that is more important than anything else about your decision-making. You made the choice to leave, and you did that. That was your choice. It came from here, and that makes you powerful.
Mm-hmm.
It is your choice what you do with that, but I wanted you to know that's how I feel about it. That being said, whatever this draconic spirit is that is empowering you, please, I beg you, be careful. They wish to destroy everything.
Oh.
Start again.
Wow.
Bizarrely, the only thing keeping them in check is the Deathless, who we also don't particularly like, obviously. But there's a... Please be careful. It is your choice what you do, and if you can siphon power from this to help others, that I understand that completely. But these are not good. They do not have your best interests at heart.
Okay.
Kind of sounds like you're used to that, though, so maybe you can subvert.
Yes. Exactly.
I thought they sounded very, very powerful and scary, but also like they cared about me, but I am not maybe the best judge of that one.
Now that is intriguing.
That's
It wasn't some kind of quid pro quo. This was definitely they cared for you.
They called me child.
That's fascinating.
When we get to Ulan, I have a friend who I'd like you to meet and have a conversation about this with. If that's all right with you, there's no pressure.
Am I going to get into trouble?
No, not at all. This is. I wish to understand what's happening to you, and I think I know someone who might be able to help.
Okay, can you not tell people if it's okay, I don't mean to be rude, but can you not tell people without telling me first? I've just left a whole universe with people knowing lots of things about me and therefore wanting me to do things because of it. Not having that here sounds quite nice.
No, I'm sorry to give you that impression. I will do nothing that you don't want me to do. Nothing at all.
That's new. Okay.
I understand the feeling.
Thanks. Sorry for finding you quite creepy when we first had a conversation.
No, I am quite creepy. It's fine.
Okay.
I'm aware my abilities are seen by some as a little unnatural. No, it's a little unfair, but not entirely unjustified. Right, it sounds like we've all got, gosh.
Can we go back to talking about someone else now, please?
Well, I was going to throw in that what it sounds like is that if the captain's gone, and if I got the gist of your presentation, Cleo, taking out a lot of the emotional language, that the gist of it is that we all collectively own the ship and therefore make decisions as a collective. I think that sounds lovely.
So, I don't think you were listening properly. All the case studies that I presented showed that that's an absolute disaster that results in famine and death.
So maybe... So yes, we will have... But I think because this is kind of Karena's home and Karena has nowhere else...
That's true.
Right, then maybe we take some of that and, like, technically Karena has more say over what happens or where it goes.
Karena will give Vuk a brief side eye and then go, I think it's best if we all share that, because I think if there's not one person in charge, but it's all of us in charge, that means all of our brains are working together, which is good.
Yeah.
It's very kind of you, Etelis, but it's not. It's for all of us. This is all our homes, not just mine.
Absolutely.
You can't leave.
There are 8 of us. Does it work if we all have equal say, but Karena sort of has... Is it called being a chairperson? Is that right? Sort of has a final...
Ironic, because I can't use chairs.
If half of us think one thing and half of us think the other, then Karena's way, something like that, because
that makes sense.
Karena can't leave, so...
Okay.
That makes sense to me.
I don't really understand the implications of that, but that sounds great to me.
Well, if I don't like something that's happening on this ship, I could go, I'm leaving, as could any of the rest of us, but you are sort of stuck with whatever the rest of us decide to do with the ship, so it makes fair that if it's very tied, you get to decide.
Okay.
I mean, I just think you should be a dictator and in charge, because that's obviously the best system of governance. But if we're stuck on the committee thing, then...
I didn't really understand what you were talking about when you were doing.
But I think it's a good thing in the end.
That sounds fine to me. Okay.
Great.
I want... Captain's not here anymore. So every single one of you is going to be here if I've got anything to say about it.
Great.
About the captain not being here, or what?
No, that you're here now.
You wanted to stay. Right, sorry, I misinterpreted that entirely.
Not that you can't go if you don't want to, but you can always come back. I'm not going anywhere.
We like it here. Well, I like it here very much.
Okay. Well, good then. Then that's settled. Then that's great. Lovely. Well, Karena, how long have we got to get to Ulan? I suppose. Well, couple of days probably. We're doing quite well on time. So
sounds good.
Yeah, we've I'll go back into piloting, making sure everything's all right.
See you later, Karena.
Karena looks quite happy with this, like, because it's resolved.
Yeah.
All she wanted. Anything anyone wants to discuss with each other in this larger grouping if they want to? Otherwise, people can, like, Griffin perhaps will start doing things like tidying up, and perhaps we'll start, like, making a list of all of the parts that need replacing because they've been shot to buggery. Like, there's...
Yeah, Vuk will carry on mending, because that's a useful skill.
I will help with the mending as well.
Lovely stuff. Okay.
I think Etelis is probably going to find Griff for figuring out how to make death.
Let's have that conversation.
Later.
That sounds like fun.
Okay.
Awesome.
I'm sorry, Atlas, can I help you?
So I was talking to Astor. And yeah, I saw what you did at, when we were down there, and apparently I need to be the one that learns how to do that.
You don't need to be if you don't want to.
I think that I should.
I understand that completely.
To have, yeah.
It's a spell, much like your berries that you created and things like that. It is a magic that you can learn. What you are doing is damning the soul. It will not re-enter the body. It will not form a ghost. It will simply cease to exist. You are once you cast this on a creature, it is if it is killed any time within the next minute, it ceases to exist.
Okay.
I know other magics, similar abilities that use similar. There is more to learn in this if you have something you wish to pursue further, but for the time being, I can teach you the basics.
I think that the basics are probably good.
Okay.
I don't know about more.
Okay.
Yet.
I understand.
Is it really needed?
The people who I used to work for developed it because they felt it was needed. I agree with them to a certain degree.
Is that why? Will indicate. Is that why you left?
Yes and no. I left because I wasn't allowed to remain part of it. I'm not alive.
Yeah.
I am, there are so many awful words you could use to describe what I am to them, and I, according to them, am all of them. And I was offered to be part of a sect within the organization where they are all, like myself, not alive. But then I realized that smaller sect was the very worst of what the organization stands for, and realized quite how wrong they were. So.
I mean, I don't think it's all bad. Though obviously I didn't. But like, that person really did deserve to stop.
Yes, they did.
Doing what they were doing.
I agree. And sometimes making that decision is hard, but I do think it's important that there are people that can make that decision, because sometimes it is absolutely necessary.
Yeah.
I'm also aware, much like what Cleo just told us, that how you are raised within an organization can change you in how you perceive the world. So maybe I myself am already too hard in this respect.
I guess, I don't know, this whole thing is kind of, I mean, I guess, so before all this, I definitely agreed with things live and then die and go on to do the next thing or provide for everybody else in the other way. Like, it's just a cycle.
Yes.
This is all very weird here, and it's not the same cycle. And I mean, I guess if people do die, can they still contribute to the cycle here?
If it helps you, when Cole was still here, that is what happened. This is a cosmic error. And the organization I used to be part of, the Deathbringers, are trying to correct that error, and sometimes with the best will in the world comes the worst possible outcome. would be so much easier if Cole hadn't died, disappeared. We don't even know. Just stopped being around. Or we had any concept for why. But, well, I know some people like to conjecture, but I don't even have the faintest idea.
Yeah. It's a big thing.
We're a sticking plaster. See it as such. You are not making judgment in a way that's... You're making judgment because it's necessary, not because it's now your job.
I could ask them. I could be like, hey, so if you keep doing this thing, I'm going to have to make you not be here because that thing is bad. So...
I mean, you could certainly try.
Your choice is to continue doing the thing and then go away.
Oh, you never know.
Forever.
It's certainly nicer than how I've ever seen it done before, so I applaud you for finding a novel way of handling this.
I think I'll figure out how we do this eventually, but I guess I just need to kind of learn for now.
I will show you how to cast the spell.
Yeah.
And they will, and I will send you that spell.
Nice.
Cool.
Okay, so all that's happening. Anything else in particular happening during the rest of your travel?
Cleo to the absolute best of her ability, which is still not good, up the floors.
Wow.
Uslam tucks himself into a deep, dark corner of the hold where he knows no one's going to find him.
Sure.
Reaches in and pulls out Bug and just holds it and goes, I think I'm going to need to talk to Sierra because I'm not going to kill her. I'm not. To save the world, I'm not going to kill her. And then just puts Bug back, straightens himself.
Was that on the table? I forgot what your patron wanted.
I don't think my patron wants the world to be consumed, and I don't know what my patron is, if they're a dream, nightmare, or world destroyer, but...
As you do that, brief blackout. And you are in a squirming, writhing mass of insects. You feel it all around you, all over you, crawling, writhing, as you are almost birthed up and out of this pool of insectoid bodies. You are bound.
Yeah, of course I am.
And Ziora is sat in front of you.
What?
I don't want to hurt her.
Hurt who? What are you talking about? You call me with some kind of fucking riddle, and then you go, oh, that's me out, and then you put the phone down.
Okay,
Fuck
fine.
you, man.
Fine. You know what? Fuck you, first of all. If we're going to have a talk, you let me out of the bounds, okay? We can really talk.
I don't trust you right now. You're saying weird shit, and I don't like it. I don't like weird shit.
I'm a weird guy.
I got that.
World Destroyer. You for, you against, you one of them? What's happening?
I'm not a what?
What's this?
No!
I didn't think you were, but...
Those fuckers?
Good.
Ooh, I'll fucking kill everything.
Yeah.
Why would I give... No!
I assume you don't want the world to be eaten, and
Not especially.
Cool.
No world, no people, right?
Exactly.
Not good.
Okay, boss, what exactly do you want me to be doing?
Whatever you want.
That's not a good idea. I hurt people when I do what I want. I'm not a good person.
Says who?
Says my actions.
You're not defined by your actions.
Then what am I defined by?
Your choices.
And they're bad, and they get people hurt, and then I choose to save... As I try and gesture with my hand, I try and save one person, and then they go down. I'm not good at this. I'm not helpful. I'm not useful.
Okay, I don't know if you know this, but Bug lets me know what's going on a semi-regular basis. That's kind of the point.
Look down. Hey, Bug.
And the literal bug on your clothing waves back at you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I like
Glad you
Bug.
finally got the reference.
If you make choices and it doesn't go the way you want it to go, that doesn't mean it was a bad choice. It means that sometimes things don't go the way you want them to go.
I'm not a child, I understand that. I just...
Then why are you treating yourself like a child? Why are you blaming yourself for the world's choices?
Because it's easier to beat something up rather than just scream into the void. And if it changes me, if it makes me better, then that's good. I'm not helping my friends.
You are helping your friends. At least from my perspective, you are. You make them happy, you idiot. You make them laugh. You're their shoulder. Does it not occur to you sometimes that when you hold someone's hand, when they lean on you for support, when they open up to you when they can't open up to anyone else, that might be important?
There is a legend back in my world about hope, and hope being the last thing that's, as all the other evil gets out into the world. And some people think that that is a good thing, and some people think that is a terrible thing, because we just keep... This is a world where we can't die, and we just strive, and we strive, and we strive, and the ignorance that we have, that we think things are going to get better, when it obviously won't. This is a cruel, unkind world, and... yes, we're helping people...
better.
Can we?
Well, I want to.
Good. You want to make the world better. I'm glad we're having this conversation.
I would quite like to give people their dreams back.
Right. Good. Your dream.
Yeah, dream nightmare is a very grayscale.
Yeah, no, I didn't think it was going to be like that, but great. We're going to... You would like me to help you bring the dreams back. Is that...
I would like you to help me to fix this world into something where we get to go back into the skies, please. I don't love this. Having a body is weird.
I mean, I've had 3 in the last week. Yeah. Yeah. I
don't like it. Itchy.
It is. And you sweat in the weirdest places.
Oh, I don't sweat. I'm an insect.
Oh, well. Lucky you. Sweating is...
That sounds awful. No.
Yeah.
Yes, terrible.
Okay. My real pause associate seems to have formed a contract with a world devourer.
Yeah, that's not great. No.
Is she in danger?
Yes.
Right. Can we do anything to help her?
Of course you can.
Is it telling jokes? Because...
I was going to say, be the shoulder. Be the shoulder.
Sometimes, yes. At other times, maybe it's getting the people who want to destroy this world dead or listening. And I don't mind which.
I mean, I've heard a lecture about how bad democracy is, but I'm not willing to take that.
Your friend's got some seriously fucked up values.
Yeah, no, again, the thing, every time it was gesturing, his arms are still bound.
Yeah, arms are still bound, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I'm trying to be sympathetic, and I'm trying to talk...
You're trying to be more than sympathetic, but...
Hey, patron who watches me at every moment, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, no, me neither, no. Look.
Blushes slightly.
Slightly.
I need you to stop beating yourself up.
That is one of the last things you said to me.
There is truly no need. Your choices are not bad. Sometimes things happen. All you can do is go in with the right intention. All you can do is go in to help your friends who clearly rely on you for support. Let them.
Fine. sorry
Why is that
I came
short for you?
I don't know.
All right. I'm going to put a bee in your bonnet.
Winks back.
I understand that you've not been the one who supports others in your life before. This is not that world. You don't even want to go home.
So, yeah, of course you know that. Yeah.
So, use this chance to be something you're not. Or be what you always were but couldn't. Because you do it when you don't think about it. When you don't prevaricate. When you don't beat yourself up. Okay?
Yes. I'm sorry I came on so strong. You've seen what I've been through.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, fuck you too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you.
It's fine.
I'm glad I had someone to talk to. A lot of the mentors in my life have seemed to have got themselves murdered.
Oh, God. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
I am not a mentor.
I think you. Oh, boss! I think you are. I think.
I'm not sure I'm okay with that.
I know. Hey.
That's a...
Can I just personal question? Darvax.
Darvax.
Is Darvax one of yours? Yeah. Yeah. Is he
Quite a lot
also
of people
trying?
are.
Yeah. Oh, is he also trying to get everything back into the sky?
When I met Darvax, it didn't seem right to burden him with all of this when he's got things he needs to do to make everyone around him happy.
Right. If I do need to connect with others who help you, can you let me know?
Look out for bugs.
Always will do. Again,
Floating above a sea of bugs.
Really not grossed out by it. Which, when he comes out of this, he'll be like, oh, "That was odd."
Well, you're going to sing back through it when you go, so you know.
So many crawly things.
Anything? Okay. Anything else you want to say to me while I'm here?
No.
Cool. Again, fuck you and fuck you. Just sing back.
You'll sink back into the sea of insects and just and go right back into it, and then you're back at the hold of the ship.
Right, okay.
Oh, I lost my accent during all of that. Fine. Let's try it out.
Hey, we're all trying stuff out. It's a day of discovery. Okay.
As you are all settling into life on the ship, you start to, Atlas will hear it first because Atlas' passive perception is the highest. You will start to hear the sound of birds. Lots of birds. And if you look out of the window up ahead, you will see what looks to be a lighthouse. That's what we'll pick up next time.
A lighthouse with birds.
Yeah.
Lots of birds flying around a lighthouse.
We've already had sky whales. I suppose it's not that weird, but it's
we're doing the film The Lighthouse.
Apparently. Yeah.
Oh no, we're not doing the film The Lighthouse.
Do you like my lobster?
Jesus Christ.
do the outro without me. I need to wee.
Oh wow. Oh, Emma's off camera. Unbelievable.
Oh no.
Oh.
I think it's completely fair, to be honest.
Emma is currently pregnant. It is true. Not the only person here. Right. Well, anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Yes, we play every alternate Monday at this point. So we are currently playing Mondays with other shows in between us, and we'll be doing so for the foreseeable. So join us at 6 p.m. GMT. Oh, BST. 6 p.m. BST.
Yes.
And then on Tuesdays, we're currently doing reruns of some of our classic Roll Together Classic shows. I think we're currently still streaming Sea of Swords Forsaken, which is the first show that we did. So you can catch that on Tuesdays at the moment. And on Fridays, we have Talking is a Free Action and Talk Together, which are our chat shows. So join us for those on Fridays. All of those are at 6 p.m. BST. You can catch them shows here on Twitch, here on YouTube, or here on a podcast. The YouTube links and Twitch links are in chat, as always. And you can if you search your podcasting app, we should be on there. We're on most of them, but if you can't find it, let us know and we'll work that one out. But yes, thank you very much. Thank you to all of our sponsors and supporters, including the D20 Club, who are on Patreon and are marvellous. And you can join them too. There's a Patreon link in chat at this point in time as well. Join them there. Yes, we're on all the socials if you fancy connecting with us there. There's a Discord, wiki, all sorts of other things if you fancy joining and finding all of those things out about. Otherwise, yes, that's it from us. Emma's back. Thank you, everyone.
Yes, she is.
See you soon.
Farewell.
Bye.
Bye.